Hello everyone, welcome to the Sunday Zenith Daylong tournament. I just signed up and we're gonna jump into the first hand. I think I'm just gonna record this and I'll throw it up after midnight so that just in case anyone would be watching that they don't see the hands. I'm not really sure if I want to record these or how often I'm going to do this sort of thing, because this is a lot of Robot Bridge in a day. I mean, maybe I'll just switch over to only playing these events. They are much longer. It is a 16 board event. Excuse me. And I think they're played with, something called the advanced robots. I don't really know the difference between the levels of robots, so it looks like the other events that I had been playing and streaming, the robots are a little different. I don't know if that really affects their play too much. I have played, I think, one of these at this point, maybe two of them, I forget. But okay, so just gonna treat this like any other bridge session, and I mean, maybe if I do really poorly, this won't even go on YouTube, but hopefully we do okay. Alright. So looking at the first hand, I mean, I have a terrible, terrible 18 count. But I think with the 10-8 of hearts and the 9-8 of clubs, I don't really feel comfortable downgrading this into a 1-no trump opener. The hand has some tennis positions, but I do kind of want to show this as just 18 to 19, which is what a club, say a heart 2-no trump, is going to show in the auction. That way, at least when partner has 7 or 8, we'll get to game. It might not be the greatest game, but I expect the field to be there, and we'll just try and take more tricks. Okay. Why does it say 18 to 20 high card points? What am I supposed to do if I have... Wouldn't I open 2-no trump with 20? You know what? Okay. Well, I think I'm going to bid 2-no trump. I suppose there's a alternative. I could pass a spade doubled, but that's, I think, way too much of a position. West could have quite a long spade suit. I mean, if I knew that West only had 5 spades, maybe passing out a spade doubled would have some merit. East would often be raising with support, so partner could have 3 or even 4 spades over there, and defending the opponents at the 1 level doubled might be beneficial for our side, but I'm just going to bid 2-no. Partner raises, and we get a diamond lead. So once again, kind of looking like the robots are not comfortable leading their own suits. Although this auction is definitely one of those where I could easily be convinced that leading a spade away from King Jack is not super optimal from West's perspective. I should have fairly strong spade stoppers for this 2-no trump bid. Okay, well, anyway, I suppose we should start out by counting our tricks like we normally do. We have 4 diamond tricks, a club, and a spade is 6. We can force out a heart trick, which would get our total up to 7. We might be able to either keep East off lead, keep East off lead, keep West on lead, so that East can't profitably attack the spade suit. But even if East led spades through our ace-queen once, we could still duck it around with the 10 of spades in dummy and maintain 2 stoppers in the suit. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking that I might win the first round of diamonds and lead the king of hearts. West doesn't really have a profitable way to attack us if I choose this line. Like a spade from West obviously is good, it goes into our ace-queen, and if West continues another heart, then I can kind of freely finesse West for the jack of hearts. I do expect East to hold the heart jack, and If I had a bit more flexibility in my entries, I might lead a heart towards the 10 in my hand, taking that finesse. But unfortunately, with most of the high cards in my hand has most of the entries. That's just how it works. And if West plays a club through, I'm going to hope that the club honors are split. I will duck, taking the finesse, and East can win and play spade through, but then I should be in control from there. If I lead the King of Hearts and East wins the ace, I'm obviously under a lot of pressure because a spade comes back, I will duck, and then I don't really have the luxury of both taking club finesses and heart finesses from there. But I'm hoping that when I lead the King of Hearts, West will win. So let's see how this goes. 9 of diamonds lead. I'm going to win the King. And I'm leading the King of Hearts, as I already kind of mentioned. And West does elect to hop up with the ace. And plays a heart. Okay. This is not unexpected. But I think I'm going to take the heart finesse. And my thinking here is that if I take the heart finesse, it establishes an extra trick immediately. So I will then have 4 diamonds, 2 hearts, a club, and a spade, which brings me up to 8. East will surely win and lead a spade through. But then I can take a club finesse. East might win that, or eventually I can take a club finesse. East might win that, and then play another spade. I can hop up with the ace of spades and try a second round of club finesses, a second club finesse, I should say, to make my 9th trick. And that seems like a reasonable thing to do. There is some remote possibility that West is actually leading away from the Jack of Hearts here, although I don't think it's likely. So let's try this. Heart to the Jack. I guess I'll play the 10. It's a card I'm known to hold. No reason to false card that. We do see the 6 of spades switch to the Jack. And a diamond return. Okay, so this is all very expected so far. And now what? So the West did high-low in diamonds, which means it looks like East had started with a 4-card diamond suit. So I can't do something like overtake the Jack of diamonds with the Queen, not that I was really planning to do that anyway. I'm wondering if there's any alternative to trying the double club finesse. I don't really think so. It looks to me like, well, okay, hold on. No, I don't think there's really any alternative to trying the double club finesse. I could maybe be convinced to cash a couple of hearts first. There's not really any harm in doing so, then I can use the Jack of diamonds to get back to my hand. It's going to force some discards from West, most likely. So that's one possibility. I'm actually hoping that the hearts are 4-2, with West having a doubleton heart, although maybe that's unlikely at this stage. That would mean that the players who tried maybe a more straightforward approach in the heart suit, like leading the 8 of hearts to the Queen and playing a heart back to the 10, wouldn't be gaining any tricks on me. Because if hearts are 3-3, then I could have taken 3 heart tricks by doing what I kind of wanted to do, which was to finesse East for the Jack of hearts. I think this line of play is probably fine. I don't really see a benefit to... You know what? I suppose there is some potential to make the contract if both the king, queen of clubs are offside. How likely is that? Well, West would have had to overcall a spade with 6 spades to the king jack, as well as the heart ace, which is possible, but maybe West would have preferred a preempt, seeing that East was a passed hand with a 6-card spade suit. I'm not sure how likely the robots are to think that way. Oh, now I'm blanking on what spot card East returned in the spade suit. Although I'm not convinced I get a whole lot of information from it. I think it was the 6, which could be low from, say, 986 or 976 or like 876 or something, or it could be high from a doubleton. And my thinking here is that I could cash the jack of diamonds, play 2 rounds of hearts, cash the queen of diamonds, ditching a club, let's say, play a spade to the ace, and then run the jack of clubs. And if East is out of spades, hearts, and diamonds, East would win and have to play a club back into dummy's tennis. Now this does rely on the spade suit being 6-2, which I'm not sure how likely that is. I would know more if I saw a second round of spades, but doing so kind of means I'm already committed to a line of play, unfortunately. I just think that it's likely enough that the West has a club on her. Or I think it's more likely West has a club on her than West has a 6-card spade suit. I'm not really sure why. It just feels like you have options as the overcaller if you had a 6-card suit, as opposed to, oh, you know what? Maybe there's actually a legitimate reason that spades could be 6-2. Notice in the auction, East did not raise West's spade bid from 1 spade to 2 spades. Now, obviously, we had 18 points, North had 8 points, we have 26 between us. Maybe East just didn't have enough values. It's possible that East's whole hand was the jack of hearts and, say, the queen of clubs, and then East wouldn't actually be able to raise 1 spade to 2, despite having 3-card support. That's possible. That's actually very possible. But I kind of need to make my decision immediately because if I cash the jack of diamonds now and then play 2 rounds of hearts and then the queen of diamonds, I'm stuck in the wrong hand to be able to take a club finesse. Oh, this is kind of really gross, isn't it? It's really starting to look to me like East has a doubleton spade. But the only bad thing that happens if I try 2 club finesses is that East has both of the club honors. So West has nothing in clubs. It looks like a doubleton diamond in West's hand. And that would give West, I suppose, 6 spades and 3 hearts. I don't know if that distribution is very likely. Just based on the way the play has gone, it kind of felt to me like West led back a heart from ace doubleton, like winning the king of hearts with the ace felt like it was from ace doubleton. And then the spot card West played, I forget what it was, but it looked small. Seemed to me like it was from a doubleton. Okay, I think I'm just going to cash 2 hearts, play a diamond to the jack, and take a club finesse, unless something very, very unusual happens. Oh, West started with 3 hearts, and we get a spade discard, playing a diamond to the jack. West discards another spade, of course. So not a whole lot I can do at this point. If the if the spades are 6-2, because East will always be able to exit a diamond. But one of the club honors is on side, which is great, and we get to cash the diamond queen, set up our last club trick, and then take our 9 tricks. So ultimately not too difficult of a hand to play. We had to kind of work out a couple things that were going on. We could have done better. I mean, if we really wanted to go all out at match points for taking the maximum number of tricks, which I think there are a lot of people who preach to do this, we could have led the 8 of hearts to the queen, taken a heart finesse on the way back, and then we would have ended up with 3 heart tricks on this one. Additionally, we would then have been able to take club finesses with complete freedom because East would never have won the jack of hearts to get in to lead a spade through. So we probably end up losing only the ace of hearts and 1 club on that line of play. Is that true? Maybe we get... Yeah, no, that does look true because the 4th round of hearts is good, hearts split 3-3, and the 4th round of diamonds is good. We can ditch both our small spades, and because the club suit is actually 3-3 as well, we collect all of the club tricks. So, you know, we were not greedy. We elected to take a line of play that I thought was very likely to yield us 9 tricks, at least, which means we make the contract, something that's, you know, positive. And if the jack of hearts was actually with West, we wouldn't have looked so silly. So, I mean, ultimately a plus score. It's hard to imagine someone going down on this hand with all the suits breaking so favorably, but it could happen. And, you know, plus scores are always good. Maybe someone gets a little greedy and passes out a spade doubled, hoping for a good result there, and they're going to be pretty unhappy when 3 no trump comes home on these cards. Maybe someone opens a no trump, and I think North should invite, so maybe you get to 3 no trump anyway, but it's possible with just an ace and 2 queens that North elects to just pass out a no trump. So there are some ways we can win on this board. I have the feeling that this might be fairly flat, although I could see some players actually being very greedy, leading a heart to the queen, heart back to the 10, and collecting a pretty huge score. Anyway, on to the next board. I guess we'll just see how it scores at the end. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with these events compared to the other ones, but okay. So on this hand, I have 12. 4-card spade suit. I mean, I'm always opening 12 counts unless it's just completely rotten. I also like the fact that I get to open my better minor suit, which means if partner's on lead, hopefully partner leads a club instead of a diamond against whatever contract. Club pass a heart. I'm going to bid a spade. I assume a no trump denies spades. It does. So I will bid a spade. Partner bids 2 diamonds, 4th suit game forcing. I will bid 2 hearts, showing 3-card support. And we get to our heart game. Okay, well... that's an unexpected hand. Alright, what am I thinking? Well, the 10 of spades lead. I mean, again, the robots, I think, like to lead from shortness, so this could be a singleton or a doubleton. If I'm able to pull trumps, I can, of course, pull the trumps and then run spades and clubs, discarding 2 diamonds from my hand. But if I'm unable to pull trumps, then the opponents can cash diamonds. I'm not sure there's a whole lot to the play on this deal. I think I'm just going to win the jack of spades and dummy and lead a heart to the queen. Like, it could be right to lead the Jack of Hearts, but I think it's more likely with East having short spades that East has long hearts. So that would be one vote in favor of playing West for example, Singleton King of Hearts, where if I lead the Jack of Hearts and West has Singleton King, I end up losing a trump trick. So I think that's going to be my line of play. I would much prefer to be able to win the Ace of Spades if I could, but then my entries get a little tangled, so I think I have to give away to the opponents that the spade position is as strong as it is. This means that if the heart to the queen loses to East King, East should have no difficulty in switching to a diamond. But let's give it a shot. I see. Well, that certainly throws a wrench in things. Not really what I was hoping for. But I was correct that East is probably long in hearts. Now I'm a little concerned that East might have started with a singleton spade. So I don't want to do something like put in the queen, have East win the king, play diamond over to West, spade ruff. Diamond over to West, spade ruff. Diamond over to West, another round of spades. I mean, I suppose at that point I can ruff with the ace of hearts, but the damage has been done at that point in time. Well, in that case, maybe I should put in the queen of hearts. It would force East to do the right thing immediately, and it doesn't really help me to win the ace of hearts, right? Like, if I win the ace of hearts and play a heart up, East can win the king, once again play a diamond to West, spade ruff, diamond to West, spade ruff. So at least playing the queen now, it looks like it doesn't really cost, and it forces the defense to do the right thing immediately. Maybe they will. The two of clubs lead, or the two of clubs discard makes it look very appetizing for East to switch to something that is not clubs, so presumably diamonds. But I don't know, maybe they accidentally block the diamond suit in some way. Maybe East doesn't see the danger and just elects to win the king of hearts and continue hearts or continue spades. I don't know, but I think I'm going to put in the queen and see what happens. Aha! We do get a spade. So now I can take a heart finesse, unblock the jack of hearts, ruff a club back to my hand. Ooh, and we see West pop up with the king. That's beneficial to us. Pull the last trump, and then overtake the queen of spades. Now I actually have 3 discards from my hand: ace of clubs, the queen of clubs, and the 9 of spades. And I bet we're going to see East holding the ace of diamonds, probably even the queen of diamonds. Yeah, so this is just like a pretty strong reason why you want to force the opponents on lead, or the defenders on lead, as early as possible in the hand so that they don't know what's going on. North's hand's concealed, and all North did was bid 1 heart over my 1 club opener, and then make an artificial game force, and then jump to game in hearts once he found out we had a fit. So East has absolutely no idea what North's hand looks like. The 10 of spades opening lead, when I put in the jack, it's possible that my spade holding is something like king doubleton. I mean, specifically something like king 8 doubleton. In that case, West would have the queen, but no other spade spots, and covering the jack with the queen would be a little risky. So maybe when the jack of spades won the first trick, East was a little hopeful that he hadn't really completely blown up the spade suit, and I didn't have enough spade discards. And so he was very afraid of leading away from the ace queen of diamonds later in the hand, because North could hold the diamond king. It's possible. So then when I led a heart and found out about the bad trump split, a very important concept, and you want to think all of these through when you're playing, but the idea is that I have to lose a trick to East at some point in the play. The alternative would be maybe I win the ace of hearts and try and cash my black suit tricks immediately to discard diamonds from my hand. But after the opening lead, I know that East is short in the spades. That's never going to work. So once I realize that the defense is basically always going to be able to cash diamonds whenever they get in, I want to give them the lead as soon as possible so that they have as little information as possible about the layout of the cards. And when West discards the two of clubs, I don't really understand this discard. Given what I know about the robots, I would expect West to encourage showing the club king. So maybe these advanced robots, or whatever they're called, false card on some hands. But point being, back to the original point, which I don't want to harp on too much, but the idea is I want to give up the trick as soon as possible. So rather than playing ace of hearts and a low heart, I want to immediately force out the king of hearts by playing the queen. East could, potentially, have ducked this trick to get a little more information from his partner. He already knows that I have all of the hearts, so he can't get more than one heart trick on his own from pure power. But maybe if he ducks this trick, he'll find out what the correct suit is to switch to, whether it's diamonds or clubs, or even to play his remaining spade. But then when East won the king of hearts and played a spade back, I was home free, I could pull trumps, and we got a bit of an extra reward when, after unblocking the heart suit, I let a low club off dummy, and West, I suppose thinking that it was possible, I still had the jack of clubs here, didn't want to risk losing the club king, and hopped up with the king of clubs. And this blew an extra trick because now both the ace and queen of clubs and dummy are set up. So, great result on the second board after maybe a mediocre result on board one. On to the next. 12 high card points, 5-5 in the majors. Oh, and it is storming like crazy outside. I don't know if anyone else can hear the rain, but I just picked up on it. Well, I don't know why I'm saying this. This isn't even a live broadcast. Anyway, tell me if you can hear the rain and how crazy the weather is out there. But my power sometimes goes out. Hopefully that doesn't happen during this this recording. All right, a spade, 4 heart splinter from partner. Well, this is interesting. So what does it say in terms of high card points? Is this limited somehow? 13 to 16 total points. So it looks like this is suggested to be a minimum game forcing splinter. Okay. So is it possible that partner has 15 highs with ace, king, ace, ace? That way we might make a grand slam? I don't think so. Is it possible that partner has 3 aces? Ace of spades and both minor suit aces? Yes, but I'm gonna need to do something about my second club, or I'm gonna need to be able to discard partner's clubs before drawing trump. Well, I think it is possible that 6 spades has some play on this deal. But I think it's also possible that we just have two losers off the top, or even on a bad day, 3 losers off the top in the minor suits. So I think I'm going to be a little respectful and sign off in 4 spades, even though my hand does feel fairly slam-like. If I was 6-5, or if I had a void in one of these suits, I think I would explore with this similar high card pattern. But with only 5-5, it feels like I need just a bit too much from partner. I would need a kind of perfect hand. So I'm just going to sign off in game. and we'll see what we've got. Okay. I'm not disappointed. Pretty happy, in fact, that I elected to sign off. I mean, we're off 2 aces, and I think more importantly, maybe the opponents won't feel pressured to cash out against this. Like, hopefully West doesn't work out to switch to clubs after this opening lead. I wonder if I can con the robots into continuing diamonds for me. If I dump the queen of diamonds from dummy. I mean, that just looks like such a suspicious play. But I get the sense that maybe West would be a little afraid of continuing diamonds if the queen's still there. Whereas if the diamond queen is gone, then maybe he'll work out. Maybe he'll realize that continuing diamonds is safe. I don't know, that just looks so preposterous to me. Let me just take a quick look at the deal. And, I mean, this would never work against a human, obviously, but against a human I would just play low to the first 2 tricks, and West would have to decide if cashing the king of diamonds and trying to give his partner a diamond ruff was sensible, or if he was supposed to do something else, like switch to clubs. Against the robots, I'm mostly just thinking that if I can convince them that continuing diamonds is safe, then maybe they'll do that as opposed to being a little risky, like leading a club away from the queen. So if I were to dump the diamond queen and West continued with the diamond, and I ruffed, and I pulled trumps and they were 3-0, and then I ditched all 3 of the clubs from dummy and a diamond, if the hearts did not split 4-4, I would actually still lose a trick in the end. I wouldn't have enough trumps to cross ruff everything. I kind of just want to try it. Like, it feels as if... It feels like a silly thing to do, but I'm curious. I actually want to know if the robots are going to continue diamonds when they shouldn't on this sort of hand, and I don't think I'm risking all that much. Is that correct? If the opponents play 3 rounds of clubs, am I in bad shape? No, I don't think so. So I'm going to dump the queen of diamonds. And, nope, we get the ace of clubs switch. Too bad. That is unfortunate. Oh, West led the ace of diamonds from ace empty. And I think this is probably a pretty strong line of play, or a pretty strong thing to do in general against splinter bids, especially when he's looking at both aces on this kind of hand, that you want to look at dummy, and you really have no idea what dummy's hand looks like, so by leading an ace, hopefully you'll be able to look at the dummy, and then you'll be able to have a better sense of what to do next. Yeah, leading away from an ace is a little scary. It could set up Declare's King Doubleton, for example, but against a splinter, you know, if you just lead passively, right, like for example, if West had just led a trump, I would easily have ditched all 3 of dummy's clubs on my hearts, made 12 tricks. So this was good defense by West, and I think my discussion of when I would want to make a slam try in this kind of situation was spot on. We can see that if I actually did have a diamond void with 3 small clubs, then on the ace of diamonds lead, I would have some chance to make 13 tricks, but 12 tricks seems very much in reach. And on a club lead, maybe that wouldn't work out great for me, but the ace of clubs could still be on side, so it's maybe at worst a 50% slam. But with the 2 aces, caching. Not a great slam. Okay, on to the next board. A no trump past 2 hearts, a transfer to spades. I want to double showing hearts. It apparently shows the king, queen of hearts, but I think it's important to do something here. My hand is not exactly strong enough to bid 3 hearts as an overcall, or, you know, if West completes the transfer and it comes pass to me as a balance, which means that my only chance to make a positive bid is right now, and I do want to indicate that I have some values to my partner. This can backfire, of course. If it's the opponent's hand and it goes double, you know, 2 spades past 4 spades or something, now the opponents know what's going on in the heart suit, or know that I have values, maybe the ace of clubs and maybe even the queen of diamonds. But this could easily be our hand. If we have a heart fit, I want partner to be able to bid 3 hearts freely. I want partner to be able to double the final contract if maybe he has a singleton heart and some spade values. So I'm gonna start with double. Can I get this off the screen? Is that possible? Oh, that was just me hovering double, but yes, the classic hand where I have hearts and clubs and all of the king, queen of clubs and king, queen of hearts. I'm sure that's a very useful conventional bid to have come up in this specific auction. So like I said, this is not a great spot at this point in time. I also might have convinced partner to lead the ace of hearts from ace doubleton, which is not what we want to be doing. But 4 clubs is splinter. The opponents are gonna be playing at least a game in spades. Ooh, oh my god, that thing needs to go away. I'm tilted by these doubles popping up. I think that they're alerting the opponent's bid. Anyway, this is shocking to me because I have 9 high card points, and normally you're gonna want something like 32 or 33 high cards if you don't have a slam, or if you don't have a huge fit to play in slam. So East must have a very distributional hand. I mean, we know that there was a club splinter. This just looks so gross to me because I'm sitting here looking at the club ace and know that that's the one key card they're missing, which is not ideal when East has splintered in clubs. Alright, anyway, we get the 5 of hearts lead, which is a little interesting. So we were kind of right. East has a pretty distributional hand, 6-4. 11 high card points though. A bit shocking. Definitely a little bit shocking here. The 5 of hearts lead could be a singleton, which would be very bad for us. That means West has the ace king 10. But it also could be from 3 card support, maybe to the 10. I'm hopeful that it's 3 card support to the king. That would be nice. Well, let's put in the jack. Force out the ace. Declare is going to go about drawing trumps, I expect. And they lead a heart. Okay, so that is heart around to the king. They take a diamond finesse, which looks like it works out well for us. And we beat the contract, which is always nice when the opponents freely bid up to a slam. And I wonder if part of Declare's reasoning was actually that I can just concede all the rest of the tricks. I'm sorry, why am I continuing to play this out? No, it looks like Declare just had a pretty natural position in diamonds where he was always going to take the finesse. This is wild to me that that they freely bid up to the slam on this. I mean, I suppose, you know what? Actually, maybe this is not that crazy. East made a slam try when he jumped to 4 clubs as a splinter, and West kind of accepted the slam try by bidding 4 hearts, right? So that should indicate to East that West doesn't have a lot of wasted values in clubs. So that makes sense why East then bid for no trump Blackwood. 5 clubs showed 3 key cards, and then 6 spades to play in the slam. So okay, I mean, ultimately the opponents had a pretty reasonable auction, and then they just took the percentage play in diamonds. There's nothing unusual about that in any way. Yeah, I think that's all there is to it. I don't believe that anything different is going to happen at many of the other tables, so maybe this is just a pretty flat board. But I don't know. I mean, there's some chance that East does not get as aggressive if I don't double 2 hearts, and maybe they stay lower. It feels kind of counterintuitive to me that that could be the case, but anyway, it feels like maybe this is going to be a bit of a flat one. Let's move on to the next hand. So 17 highs, 5 card majors, singleton, queen of hearts. I'm not that keen on opening a no trump with this, not necessarily because I have a singleton, but just because I would rather play in a 5-3 spade fit than a 5-1 heart fit. So I'm going to open a spade. I have a good rebid of 2 clubs, generally. I can make a takeout double of hearts if the opponent's bid that suit. Oh, or maybe I just stay silent. Double would show clubs. Well, what am I thinking? I mean, I'm vulnerable at match points. My partner's a passed hand and couldn't act over a no trump when I opened a spade. We could have a sensible spot to play in clubs or diamonds on this hand, and maybe doubling 2 clubs is the best way to suggest that maybe we have an alternative contract to play in. What I'm concerned about is that, like, once again, this just kind of looks like the opponent's hand, and whenever it's the opponent's hand, you don't want to be bidding that much if you are going to end up defending. That just gives so much information to declare that they'll almost be able to picture your full hand if you start describing all of your cards. So I only really want to bid here if I think there's a reasonable shot that we could play in a part score. I think there is, if East is bidding 2 clubs as some sort of like garbage Stamen type hand. You know, maybe East has both red suits and is hoping that West will either bid 2 diamonds or 2 hearts so that East can pass. I expect West to bid 2 hearts. And so if that's the case, if I pass and say West bids 2 hearts and it comes pass, pass back to me, I want to make a takeout double. In that case, I would know that the high card points are mostly split between our 2 sides. We could easily have a diamond or a club fit, and this would allow us to find it. It would give a lot of flexibility to our auction in terms of finding the best fit that we have. But if the auction goes like 2 hearts from West, 3 hearts from East, an invitational raise, I think I'm out. I don't want to then make a takeout double of 3 hearts or whatever double of 3 hearts would be. I presume takeout. Because that would force us to the 4 level or to 3 spades, which might be equally bad. And we're vulnerable. The opponents might only be playing in a part score. I don't see any reason to put my neck out there, stick it on the chopping block, and wait for them to double me, potentially going for 500 or even 800 for absolutely no reason. So I think I'm mostly done with this auction. Okay, the opponents do bid all the way up to game. It's a little interesting. I mean, East is a passed hand and then forced to game after the 1 no trump overcall. So East must have a complete maximum. Or maybe East actually has 5 hearts. I suppose that's possible as well. And upon hearing about partner's 4-card support, just elected to blast game. So, okay. What do we see? Whoa, that's actually wildly aggressive from East, I think. That is crazy aggressive. At Imps, I would absolutely try for game here. I mean, 8 high card points, 3 10s, and a singleton. Yes, for sure. And the 1 no trump overcall, we've kind of discussed that should be basically a stronger hand than just opening a no trump, because the opponents have already proclaimed that they have some values, so you don't want to get in trouble with an auction like a spade and no trump double. Now you're going to be running for your life. But with only 8 high card points, it kind of feels right to maybe just invite with East's hand. I mean, you know you're in a 4-4 fit. Jack 10 fourth of spades does not look well positioned on this hand. I mean, you can easily imagine that South's spades, my spades, look exactly like this. King, queen, 9, fifth. And then the Jack 10 fourth of spades, not only are they not going to produce any tricks on offense, but if South gets in multiple times, maybe South can just lead spades through, promoting North's trump tricks, or a whole variety of things. So anyway, I'm not too keen on the game force. I think I would have invited, so we'll never know if West has a minimum or a maximum. That is the one positive thing about just game forcing with these hands. The defense does not get a solid count on West high cards. And from trick 1, it looks like Declare has ace doubleton, or maybe ace third of spades. Cover the jack with the queen. And Declare leads a heart to the king and queen. So now what do we do? Declare is pulling trumps. Makes sense. I mean, I suppose it is possible my queen of hearts was a false card, but also Declare doesn't have all that much information about what's going on. In terms of high cards, so Declare has the ace of spades, the ace of hearts, that's 8. If Declare has the king, queen of clubs, that would be 13, and the queen of diamonds is 15. Wait, so we've just counted Declare's whole high card points? I suppose I could have done that when dummy hit. I had 17, right? And East had 8. Of course I could have. Okay, so we absolutely know for a fact that West has all of the remaining high cards. What does that mean for our defense? Well, there are some cards that I'm looking at which are very important to my cause, those cards being the 9 of diamonds and the 10 of clubs. I expect hearts to be 4-4-4-1 around the table. West was likely to overcall 2 hearts with a 5-card suit as opposed to bidding a no trump. Although I'm not certain, maybe I can check what the overcall says. It still suggests 2 to 5 hearts are possible, but I would generally expect that West has 4 trumps. Also, we note that our partner North played the 8 of hearts on the first round here, and the robots tend to give standard signals even in the trump suit. I think most players give upside down signals in trump, the reason being that oftentimes you hold a doubleton trump and you don't want to be high-lowing because your high spot, or doubleton 10 or doubleton jack, can actually be very valuable if you keep that one. But I think the robots play standard in all these scenarios. So what am I thinking? I believe I want to discard a spade. And why do I want to discard a spade? I want to discard a spade to protect my minor suits. So that Declarer is going to have to lead cards out of his hand, rather than, for example, if I discard a diamond, that would be awful. Declarer could then just play the ace, queen, the king and queen, and my jack of diamonds would drop. If I discard a club, Declarer might be able to lead the king of clubs out of hand. I win the ace, but eventually Declarer can ruff a club to the dummy, and that will drop my jack of clubs. But the spades are unlikely to do a lot for me. I don't want to get end played into leading spades into the 10 later. And ditching one spade is safe enough. I can't really afford to ditch a second spade, so I will have to be a little careful if Declare plays another round of trumps to dummy. We can also be fairly confident our partner does not have the 9 of hearts, so Declare should have that card. The 8 of hearts playing high-low. Partner would obviously understand that he could afford the 9 if he thinks the 8 is okay. So I'll ditch a spade. And now we get the queen of diamonds switch. Right. What do I want to do with this? Okay, 7 of diamonds from partner. It looks like the queen of diamonds is from Queen Doubleton. Which, one, makes me think that I should just win the ace. Then there's some chance West will elect to take a diamond finesse in the next round, hoping that that's one way to pick up the suit. Another possibility is I could duck, then maybe declare will immediately take a diamond finesse, and that could be beneficial to me in some way. I think I'm going to win the ace and lead a low club. What am I actually doing on this hand? So let's try and picture what declare is going to do. If I win the diamond ace and lead a low club, declare might win the king. And then could lead a diamond to the 10. Or might lead a diamond to the king. We don't really know what declare's line of play is going to be, but I think that's the most flexible. I want to get off of lead as cheaply as possible. And this is a way to do it. And I was never really planning on winning the ace of clubs. If declare led a club towards the king-queen anyway, that would get my club ace, but it's going to set up 2 tricks for declare. Whereas leading a low club only gives declare 1 trick, and we know that cross-ruffing is not exactly going to be beneficial to him. So let's win the ace, let's lead a club. We do see the queen from declare, or the king, it doesn't really matter. Partner plays the 8, which is a little interesting. And we do see a club ruff. The king of diamonds is not what I was hoping for. So declare does get to rough out my jack of diamonds, which is definitely positive for him. Now cash the 10 of diamonds, and will get the will be getting his 9 of hearts, unfortunately. Partner actually has to rough my good spade trick. Wait, where is the... Okay, it just popped up. Sorry, I keep clicking over to the history a bit too quickly on these. Yeah, this is part of the tricky thing about oh my, I could have beaten this. I could have just given partner spade ruff. Oh, yikes. Oh no, did I really screw this one up? Oh, that's not good. That's not what we like to see. Well, let's pause and take stock for just a second, because I thought there was some legitimate chance declare might have taken a diamond finesse, trying to score an extra diamond trick. And I'm honestly not sure why declare didn't. It is, I believe, more likely that North has long diamonds based on the bidding and defense so far. So I feel a bit cheated on this one, but that's fair enough. Anyway, I was able to win the ace of diamonds, cash the queen of spades, or cash the king of spades and give partner spade ruff. Then I would win the ace of clubs, and that would be 4 tricks. But if spades were 5, 4, 2, 2 around the table, that line of play could easily result in declare just claiming the contract quickly. Because I then would have set up the jack of spades in the dummy, or 10 of spades in the dummy. I don't know, it feels like a tricky spot, and maybe I should have Maybe I should have spent some more time considering this possibility. I was mostly concerned with what was going on in the diamond suit, and I thought there was a very reasonable chance Declare would take a diamond finesse into my jack if I won the ace of diamonds and played a small club. I mean, Declare would have been in prime position in his own hand to do that. So I'm a little shocked that Declare didn't, in fact. But yeah, that kind of feels bad that we had the opportunity to defeat 4 hearts and we didn't. And the worst part about it is, especially in what I would say is a weaker field than, for example, the Bermuda Bowl or Cavendish Pairs or a national championship or something like that, is that a lot of players, a lot of defenders just, especially when they have all of the high cards, freak out and just start cashing their tricks. And that's going to work out really well for South here. They'll find out that spades are 5, 4, 3, 1 around the table, and they can give their partner a spade ruff. That's tough. That's tough. Anyway, I don't feel great about that deal, but I think we took a reasonable line of defense. We had good rationale for it. It's maybe a little unfortunate that Declare elected not to take the diamond finesse. I was hoping that Declare, holding a hand looking exactly like what he did, would have just taken the diamond finesse. I might have, if I was in that spot, figuring that North had long diamonds. But okay. Anyway, on to the next one. A no trump, 2 clubs. We don't have anything to say. And the opponents reach 3 no trump. I suppose I could double. Well, that probably not anymore. But I think double would suggest a major suit lead. Looks like it does not to the robot, so I'm just gonna pass. We do get a major suit lead anyway, the 4 of spades. So I don't know how likely it is that this lead is from shortness as opposed to length. I think I'm going to trust the lead, unfortunately, just because I have to, and return the 2 of spades at trick 2. Otherwise, bridge is just too hard if you can't lead your partner's suit back most of the time. So, yeah, what do I think? Okay, I'm just gonna win the ace of spades and lead the deuce back. I don't really see an alternative. I mean, it's true, North could have ace jack 10 5th of clubs and I should lead a club now, but you know, it's not likely given West's bid 2 diamonds, although possible. 2 diamonds over Stamen, I mean, so I'm just gonna trust to lead a spade back. Oh, we do know that North has 4 spades though from the auction, so that's definitely a positive thing to think about. I could return the 10 of spades. I don't really see any reason to do that though. I think I'll just lead the deuce. Well, that's kind of a gross trick to see at trick 2. 2 of spades to the queen, and the queen just holds the trick. So now Declare has given away... Oh, Declare has given away nothing. I'm sorry. The king of spades was played from dummy at trick 1. And now we get the queen of spades. Aha! Okay, okay. I kind of see where this is going. Well... I don't really see a reason to duck this trick. So I guess I'll win the ace and play on spades. Partner's 7 of hearts could be from 7-6 Doubleton. That's possible. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get cute in any way or fancy. I'm just going to win the ace of hearts and go about cashing the spade suit if I can. Nope, Declare has all of the spades. So this is kind of expected, unfortunately. that the robots really hate leading from honors. But all right. I'll ditch a spade, just letting partner know that he doesn't need to hold on to his spades. And looks like our partner held on to diamonds and a good club. 9 tricks. Not much we really could have done about that one. It looks like Declarer was always going to get 3 hearts, 2 spades, 3 clubs, and a diamond. If Declarer got a little bit greedy, maybe there was a way that we could have collected 2 diamond tricks somehow, as well as maybe both aces and a spade trick. But I don't think that that's ever going to happen. I mean, I approve of partner's lead. There's not really much else to do. It would be nice if we had some better lead agreements where I would know if North had a spade honor. Like, I think a lot of people prefer to lead second highest from a bad holding against no trump. At least that's what I prefer to do with many of my partners. That way, at least I would have been able to count on West for Queen Jack third of spades. Not that it really would have changed my defense all that much. Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to that deal. We just set up our tricks on defense and Declarer was forced to cash out. And we held on to the right cards, which was important. So on to the next one. What is a 3 no trump opener? Oh yeah, once again, it's strong. So I think I open this a club. And now I can bid 3 no trump? Sure, but is that really what I want to do? I kind of want to do something else with this hand. I mean, we could easily miss a slam, I think, if I just jump to 3 no. We also might not even be in the right game. Like, there's some potential that 4 spades in a 4-3 fit is correct. There's some potential that 5 clubs is the best game if we're off the entire diamond suit or even the entire heart suit. I don't know. 3 no trump seems to describe my hand. Solid 7-card club suit. It says 12 to 22 points, but it really shouldn't be that. Although we don't play a gambling 3 no trump opener, so it's I suppose it could have a wide-ish range, but I don't know. What are you supposed to do with this hand if you don't bid 3 no trump? I imagine the play is to make up a fake reverse, so I could either bid 2 diamonds or I could bid 2 spades. Those seem like my options. I don't like bidding 2 diamonds. I mean, for a couple of reasons. One, I actually think the opponent's best lead against 3 no trump could be a heart. And in that case, I would not like to encourage them to lead hearts by bidding the suit that, you know, could be their other best lead. So if West was torn between leading a red suit, then West might lead a heart after a bid 2 diamonds. But I don't like bidding 2 spades. I think far too often, if partner holds 4-card spade support, we might just get blasted into 4 spades at some point. I think I'm going to try 3 no. I'm not too excited about this bid, but if partner does bid over 3 no trump, I think we're going to be in a good spot. We will have described our hand at least in a sensible manner. So let's try this. Okay. Not exactly what we were hoping for. Right. Well, let's start off with the good news. 5 clubs has 4 losers. That's the good news, at least at the start. We have 2 diamonds, a heart, and a spade to lose in 5 clubs. So in 3 no trump, if I lose a heart and 5 diamonds, I'm going to break even with the pairs that end up in 5 clubs. That's the good news. And if I lose a heart and 4 diamonds, I'm actually going to come out ahead. I don't think it's very likely that West has led away from the heart ace, although I've seen Stranger Things. Not the TV show, I mean like just from the robots. Well, I have seen the TV show too. Anyway, comment below if you like Stranger Things. Clickbait. Alright, well, let's get this over with. Let's play the King of Hearts and think about what I'm doing at trick 2 when he switches to a spade. We did it! Congratulations, us. Okay. I suppose I should play the hand out. I mean, maybe the robots do something very weird and I'm going to be able to actually exit diamonds or something later. You know, part of me wants to get a little greedy and duck this spade. And then if a spade comes back, I might have a better shot at end playing someone into giving me either a diamond or heart trick at the end. But I think that's a bit too much. I'm quite content that I've gotten to 3 no trump and I'm making my contract when I have no play for it, that I should probably hop up with the ace of spades and just start running the club suit. Okay. So we get the 9 of diamonds discard from East, 7 of diamonds discard from East, so it looks like East started with an odd number of diamonds. This is count, so should have an even number remaining. So that would be either 7 diamonds, unlikely, or 5 diamonds. So now East is down to 3 diamonds. That's fine. West also may be down to 3 diamonds at this point. The 4 diamonds could be encouraging from an original holding of like King 10, 4, 3. That's possible. I'm inclined to try and hang on to the hearts in dummy. And the reason is I want the opponents to hold on to their hearts, thinking that maybe I have something like a singleton remaining, like even singleton jack, in which case it would be very scary for them to discard hearts. Then I would be able to run the entire heart suit. Whereas if I start ditching hearts from dummy, they'll be less worried about that because I will have fewer tricks available. So I think for that reason, I'm probably going to ditch a spade from the dummy on this. Ooh, we've got another diamond from East, so I'm still suspecting that East has 2 diamonds remaining and West has 3 diamonds remaining. Oh. Could East really have 1 diamond left? Maybe. Okay. I mean, it's possible. It could be the singleton ace or something. Well, at this point, I suppose I can still afford the 2 of diamonds discard, and I'm still kind of hoping and praying that that East-West both really strongly hold on to their hearts. So yeah, the 2 of diamonds discard feels comfortable. Almost comfortable. I mean, my hope at this point is now after cashing the club, I can maybe exit a diamond, either coerce them into crashing their diamond honors, or, coerce them into crashing their diamond honors, and then, if they were to lead a heart, I would need an entry to get back to my King of Spades. Otherwise, I would just end up with the 9 tricks I started with. You know, they could crash their diamond honors, play a heart to the dummy, but I play a heart back, and Oh, you know what? Actually, it still is going to work as long as the hearts are 3-3, which I strongly suspect at this point, given no one has discarded a heart. So let's ditch the 2 of diamonds. 3 of diamonds from east. Oh! Oh, this is exciting. Well then. That makes me think that west... Wait, what does that make me think? Oh, have I lost count of the diamond suit? I hope not. Anyway, let's cash our last club and see what west does. Jack of spades discard. I think I have to ditch a heart at this point. Queen of spades discard. Oh no, now I need to have counted the spade suit. Maybe. Maybe I needed to have counted the spade suit. It's looking like King of Spades spades might actually net me an extra trick at this point. Oh, I wish I had been counting better on this one. I think 3 spades have been discarded. So it's possible that the remaining spades are splitting well, but I don't think so. What I think is going on is West has 2 spades remaining. Ooh, wait, maybe none of this is possible. Well, let's cash the King of Spades. I'm gonna go King of Spades, heart discard. East ditches the 7 of spades. I'm going to play a spade. Oh, I guess maybe I had been counting. Or, not really, but... Okay, well, that went much better than expected, and that just kind of showcases the strength of leading a long suit. I must have missed a spade discard, so my last spade was good, but I kind of worked out that leading King of Spades spades was going to be okay. It would be nicer if I was actually counting better in these events. I don't think I've necessarily made too many bad plays off of miscounting. I mean, there are a couple times where I've forgotten that all of the trumps were pulled, or miscounted the trump suit, which is particularly bad. But yeah, here you put the defense under very uncomfortable pressure by just running a long suit before they know what your hand looks like. I mean, I could have had a doubleton heart. Now, maybe there's a good argument that I shouldn't be jumping to 3 no trump if I have any form of heart support for my partner. But because both East and West were scared of the possibility that discarding from their 3-card heart suit would allow me to run all of Dummy's hearts, they threw, I mean, all of their spades away and held on to a couple of diamonds. And yeah, then it was just gravy at the end, getting access to my stranded heart winner by exiting diamonds to east. All right, I mean, great score on that board. You know, I think we are definitely well in the running, but we're almost halfway through. On to the next one. So I could double, penalty double, tends to show about the same value in terms of high card points as the no trump opener. I mean, I know this says 16 plus, and of course it's unlimited on the upper end, but I don't really have a great lead against 1 no trump. I don't have a suit that I feel comfortable setting up. I'm just gonna pass. I mean, it would be nice if double suggested to my partner to bid a suit, and North probably would bid a suit with a 5-card suit if I double. But I think most of the time North is just going to have a scattered like 5 or 6 high card points and we'll pass. We'll defend a no trump doubled with equal high card points on either side. That could go either way. I'm not really comfortable risking like an entire board on a very, very minimal double. So I'm just going to pass. I think that a lot of the field will pass in my position. And yes, now Now the question begins, what do we lead against a no trump? Well, I think a spade is my last choice. The reason being that if I wanted to lead from a short major suit, ace, king, third of hearts is a much better opening lead than king, queen, third of spades. I don't think I like the choice of leading a diamond against this contract. And I probably would lead a diamond from a similar distribution hand on the same auction if I didn't have so many high cards. But the fact that I do have 15 and East has 15 to 17 means that our partner is unlikely to have very many values. So, and by leading a diamond, if I don't plan on giving up a trick immediately, then I'm going to need partner to have some values in the diamond suit, either the ace or queen, or I'm just giving up a free finesse. Now, if I did give up a free finesse, it might not be the end of the world. Maybe East actually held ace, queen, jack, third of diamonds originally, and whenever partner gets in, he can play a diamond through. So that would help to set up the suit. But I think what I'm going to do is lead the ace of hearts. I assume that the ace is not a power lead against no trump. I'm not actually sure what the opponent's agreements are, or what the robot's agreements are, so hopefully this doesn't go ace of hearts small queen from something like queen fourth. But the reason is I just really want to look at the dummy. Maybe I get a signal from my partner on the opening lead, and then I'll figure out what to switch to at trick 2. Yes, East might have queen jack third of hearts or something, and this could give up a trick. Maybe East has queen jack fourth of hearts or even queen jack fifth. That would be a disaster. But I think I just want to look at the dummy, get a signal from partner, and then hopefully make the correct switch at trick 2. That's one of the biggest powers of leading ace from ace king on these deals. All right. Well, not a whole lot of good came from this opening lead. And it kind of looks like maybe I'm just going to switch to a diamond now. Okay. Because it's very suspicious to me that West dropped the 9 of hearts from dummy. I don't think West would be doing that if my partner had, say, queen 10 fourth of hearts or some strong heart holding over there. So that's a very odd card to play from jack 9 fourth. So that kind of gives away what's going on in that suit. Now, a diamond switch is still risky, but I think a spade switch is risky as well, and I'm not really comfortable just defending passively at this point. Maybe I should defend passively. Let me actually think about that for a second. If I just let a club, how bad is that? I mean, it could pick up the club suit for declare. Our partner might have like ace jack third of clubs over there. So that's kind of an awkward position to be in. How many high cards does partner have? Partner actually has a good number of high cards. I mean, 3 to 5, right? Did I miscount that, or is it 5 to 7? No, 5 to 7. We have 15, East has 15, West has 3. So partner has 5 to 7 high card points. It is possible all of those are in clubs, in which case what I really want to do is just play king of hearts and a heart. That's the only passive exit I have. That'll force declare to guess what to do next. I suppose a diamond lead is not actually that bad in that specific scenario. Or, like, our partner might have the queen doubleton of hearts, which is, you know, a little scary. So if I play king of hearts, that might crash his queen doubleton. club lead could be a huge winner. I mean, North might have, say, King Jack 9 fourth of clubs. Then, with us having all of the other entries, we would be able to lead through the Queen 10 of clubs multiple times. Partner could have Ace Jack 9 fourth of clubs. I mean, partner might just have Ace Jack 9 of clubs, which would be okay, for our side at least. If I switch to a club, I want to switch to the 8. That should clarify the club position for our partner. Well, I mean, alternatives are I could switch to the King of Spades right now. This would be a huge winner if our partner's high card was the Ace of Spades. Maybe we could then cash 4 spade tricks and partner could play a diamond through towards our king. Partner could also have the Jack of Spades and an outside entry of some kind, in which case a spade switch would also be beneficial. Set up partner's spade suit. Yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking that maybe a spade switch makes some sense now. I mean, granted, it's very hard to know what's going on. We are kind of in a complete guess as to what to do. One of my thoughts is that I was going to say that a diamond switch doesn't make sense because even if partner has the diamond queen, that's not really enough. But if partner has the diamond queen, that's not enough to get up to 5 high card points. And the only other high cards I can give partner are that wouldn't present an immediate entry are the Jack of Clubs and Jack of Spades, which once again is not enough to get up to 5 high card points. So partner has to have an entry. If partner has the diamond queen, partner has the diamond ace, a diamond switch could be very beneficial. Setting up my diamonds. But it really only sets up 1 extra diamond trick by switching to diamonds. I mean, obviously if partner has the diamond queen, it does a lot more than that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about this one. Because there are 2 spade honors that both of which are very productive for us if partner has that card. The Jack of Spades or Ace of Spades are all very nice. Of course, if I lead the King of Spades and East has the Ace Jack of Spades, then we've kind of just conceded the contract. I mean, conceded this board. We're not going to be getting a very good score if that's the case. Well, feels like a bit of a guess. I'm not really sure how to solve this from like a mathematical perspective. I mean, you could, I guess, do some combinatorics on what likely high cards East could have for his 1 no trump opener, and how many of those include only one of the 2 missing spade cards. You know, I said I was leading the Ace of Hearts because I would know what to lead at trick 2, and it is very possible that all of clubs, spades, and diamonds are correct. I mean, it's even possible that hearts is correct. This is so gross. Okay, I've kind of decided that I'm not going to switch to diamonds. I think that partner's 5 high card, 5 to 7 high card points could of course include the Jack of Diamonds, and that would be a pretty big disaster if I switch to a diamond, just giving up a finesse. If I switch to the King of Spades and give up a spade trick, it's not the end of the world. Declarer gets 1 extra trick. I mean, East could have Ace Jack 4th, or in the worst case, Ace Jack 5th of spades. That's possible, but I suspect that East actually has long hearts, given the play at trick 1. Partner's discouraging. The 9 of hearts is just such a weird play. I expect East-West to have a 4-4 heart fit. Oh, okay. For all of those reasons, I think I'm switching to the King of Spades. I don't like these blind guesses. I kind of wish I knew what was going on at other tables. I have some strong suspicion that other tables might lead a club at trick 1, so they would be in a bit of a different spot. I could try and equalize the defense so far by switching to clubs at this point, and I had talked about that a little earlier, that it could make sense to switch to clubs, but I think I'm going to try and be a little aggressive. I mean, if partner does have ace-4 of spades, we can obviously beat this contract by cashing 4 rounds of spades and then getting partner to lead a diamond through. So, and I'll be able to signal. I'll be able to ditch a high diamond on the 4th round of spades. Okay, let's switch to the king of spades. How did we do, partner? That is not a good card. That is not a good card, partner. The 3 of spades. Not great. Really not great. Okay. Well, declare cashes 3 rounds of clubs. And plays a 4th round of clubs. Discarding a spade is interesting to me. Because partner discouraged in spades, so it's... But then why wouldn't declare try and set up the spade suit next? Why is declare ditching the spades? This is very strange. Either way, now we know that partner has no values in clubs, maybe no values in hearts, although it could be queen doubleton, and no values in spades other than maybe the jack, although then why did partner discourage on the king of spades switch? So it looks like partner has good diamonds. What does that mean for me? I don't know. I really do not know. I'm trying to figure out what to discard here. And I want to ditch a spade. My thinking is the reason declare is ditching spades is because declare is going to try and go after hearts next. How does this help? I just don't know what's happening. I mean, why is declare pitching spades? I'm so confused. I am so confused. Something's wrong here, because it looks like North had discouraged spades, denying the spade jack, and now that East is pitching spades, it looks like East is denying the spade jack. But can a diamond discard be problematic? I mean, this is what I'm concerned about. You know, the robots don't really care about making your life easy on defense. They just do something that double dummy is always going to work out, and they presume that you know exactly what their hand is. And I would know what North's hand was if I could trust his discouraging spade card. But I'm kind of concerned about ditching a heart, because then maybe partner did start with queen doubleton and declare leads a heart and drops both the king and queen on the next trick. Kind of scared of ditching a spade, because now it really looks like our partner started with jack 4th of spades or jack 3rd of spades, and similarly declare could play a spade, giving, setting up a bunch of spade tricks on his own. But I think a spade discard is safest. If our partner has the jack of spades, you want to win the blame game after the hand. Partner can it's partner's fault that declare was able to set up spades. Partner could have encouraged the king of spades switch or something else. So I think I'm going to do that. And we do see a heart. Okay, a heart to the 10 and queen. That's perfectly fine. Let's win the king. And so we know that our partner has at least the ace of diamonds now, which means it's safe for us to win this, unblock the spade queen just in case, lead a diamond to partner's ace. Partner can cash the jack of spades if he has it, and then and then play a diamond back. Is there any reason why I should duck this trick? Maybe? Maybe. No, I don't think so. I don't see any reason to duck this trick. So let's win the King of Hearts. Let's cash the Spade Queen. Let's play a diamond to partner's ace. And a diamond back to the queen. 10 of diamonds. Who has the jack? Hooray! Alright, but we do unfortunately have to give up a heart to declare. So, you know, ultimately it might look like a diamond lead would have worked out better for us at trick 1, but notice how the diamonds are... Oh, the diamonds are not blocked. Yeah, okay. So we could have done better on defense if I led a diamond at trick 1. Or switch to a diamond at trick 2. I think... What happened here? Partner must have ditched a diamond on the 4th round of clubs. Because we should have been able to cash 5 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a spade. Aha! We can win the blame game at the end of the hand, so... This is definitely partner's fault for not keeping all of his diamonds. Although, once again, I have some sympathy. It's a little difficult for partner to know what's going on this deal. But... Did I miss something? No, never mind. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what went wrong on defense on this one. Unfortunately, it looks like partner must have thrown a diamond on the... No, partner didn't discard a diamond. So how did this go so poorly? I cashed the Queen of Spades, and then I led a diamond over to partner's ace. And a diamond came back to the queen. I won the king. And I played the 10 of diamonds. Oh, and partner overtook with the jack. Oh, no. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh. I mean, look, the end position was a little difficult to read, obviously, and maybe I'm supposed to switch the 10 of diamonds from this holding when I played one at the end of the hand. I just don't know the robot signaling methods. I figured that the 8 of diamonds was going to convince partner that I had length, but of course partner was playing me for king 10 third. Now, he probably should have spent some time considering why is East hopping up with the diamond queen if he really has queen doubleton remaining, because East could have blocked the suit in that case. So I think North should be getting this right, but it is true, had I just let a diamond trick one, like might happen at many of the tables, they're gonna end up scoring, well, the first 5 tricks, and then they will get the King of Spades and 2 hearts for 8 total tricks on defense. So I don't know, that could be a bad score. I guess we'll see. Okay, half of the board's down, half to go. I think I'm going to take a quick stock of what's going on the set. So board 8, we got a plus score, always good, but could have been better. Board 7 was a huge result for us. Board 6, I don't recall this one, but I think, yeah, feels pretty flat. Board 5, maybe a pretty bad result, unfortunately. I could have given partner spade rough. Board 4, I mean, feels pretty flat given that the robots are going to be bidding at all the tables, but I think for human players this would probably be a good result for our side. I'll chalk it up to maybe a 60%. Board 3. Could be good, right? Some players with my hand as south could get a little excited after hearing the splinter and bid a little too high. Maybe they just blast a slam. But slam could make on the wrong opening lead, but hopefully west on opening lead would just cash 2 aces. So it could be a good result, but probably not a bad score. Board 2, how did we do on this one? Oh yeah, this looks like a monstrous result for our side. Four hearts had very little play after the opening lead, and then given the poor heart split, but not only did we make the contract, West made a huge blunder, hopping up with the club king, giving us an extra trick. And then board 1, I think, was the one where I could see a lot of different things happening, but just going plus on the board feels like it's probably okay. So we might be doing a little better than average so far, but I don't think we're having like a 60% game or anything like that. So that's good to think about moving into the remainder of the set, because this is one of those where actually getting into the top 30% of scores pay out. So you just need to do a little above average to collect on your winnings. Obviously, if you get into 60, 70% games, then you're going to be scoring, pulling in a couple dollars on the session, you know, making the big bucks there. Okay. So on the next deal, a no trump, Stamen, 2 hearts. 3 no trump, all pass. East has hearts. West has promised spades on this auction because we wouldn't go through Stamen if we didn't have at least 1 4-card major, if we were always planning on game forcing. Well, a heart lead could be right. If I was going to lead a heart, I would lead the 3 from this holding. You know, maybe we catch West with Jack Doubleton and our partner has Queen 3rd or Ace 3rd. Then we can set up 3 heart tricks in the suit on defense. So that could be the right lead. A club lead could be right. That is from a sensible holding. It is unlikely to give up a trick. The opponents would need to have all of the Ace King 10, and West would need to have the 10. But it could easily give up a trick. I'm not going to lead a spade or a diamond. There's no reason to lead a 4-card suit when there's a 4-card suit on my left. I'm just kind of playing into the opponent's hands. And a diamond from Queen Doubleton is not very appealing. So my options are to lead a heart away from the King 10-9 into the hand which has a promised heart suit, or to try a club from a sensible honor holding. I think I'm going to try a club. That feels like the most reasonable to me. Our partner really hates our opening leads. Partner has discouraged the club once again. East wins the ace. So that makes me think that East has the king as well. It's likely that our partner actually has club length on this. Otherwise, East may well have just ducked the opening lead, thinking that it might be sensible for us to just continue the suit because the queen held the first trick, and then if East had a 5-card club suit, then he would have quickly established a side suit on the board. Okay, we get the 9 of diamonds switch, which is a little interesting. But I don't see any reason to pop up with the queen. I'm just looking at all the possible doubletons, but even if this is like 10-9 doubleton and East runs the 9 around to my partner's jack, that means partner's 8/3 remaining will still be there to stop the suit on later rounds. So, and of course, if this is the 9 from Jack 9 doubleton, which I don't know if the robots would attempt to play the suit that way, then popping up with the queen doesn't make any sense. You know what? I just noticed that Dummy has an enormous number of high cards, and I actually had quite a few high cards. I had 10. Dummy has 13, and only bid 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 no trump. I mean, I think it makes more sense to bid 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 diamonds with this hand. Showing 4 spades, 5 or more diamonds, game forcing. That way they might end up in a good 6 diamond contract. But that was not to be. So what did I count? 13, I have 10, 23, and 15. Partner has 0 to 2 high card points over there. All right. And if if partner does have 0, then the spade suit could easily provide 4 tricks for Declare if Declare has King Jack third or something. Partner's 9 would get pinned. Anyway, let's duck the first round of diamonds. Partner wins the 10. Interesting. And a club comes back, the 5 of clubs. So we'll win the jack. And now what? I suppose one positive is we didn't lead a heart at trick 1. That would not have worked out well for our side. What's going on in the diamond suit? Declare ran the knight of diamonds to the 10. Ran the 9 of diamonds to the 10. Could it be Jack 9, 8? Is that how Declare would play that holding? Maybe. I mean, it's a little suspect, but running the jack would pick up a singleton 10 with north. Running the 9 picks up a singleton queen with south. South being me. I could, of course, return a club. That's maybe safe to some extent. We know partner discouraged the opening club lead, but there's no reason that partner might not have the 8. Although Declare could still have the 8 of clubs here. It's possible. I could just play the Queen of Diamonds back. I mean, that seems like a very safe thing to do. In that case, Declare would run some diamonds and maybe have to guess what's going on. Like, if Declare really does have the ace-8 or king-8, I forget which club he won at trick 1, but honor 8 of clubs remaining, maybe Declare will try and end play me into leading a club away from my 9 later in the hand. That's possible. But I think I just want to play back the 9 of clubs now. Maybe it forces Declare to make an uncomfortable discard from the dummy. That could happen. I'm a little scared that I'm getting squeezed in the majors on this hand. Because if Declare has the Jack of Hearts as well as the King Jack of Spades, then we could be in trouble. So let's think. If that is Declare's hand, maybe leading a diamond back right now could break up some potential squeeze. I doubt it. I think East has at least 3 diamonds. So if I were to lead the Queen of Diamonds, maybe Declare then plays a spade to the king, cashes a club, ditching a heart, leads the Jack of Spades for a finesse, then crosses back in diamonds to run diamonds, and I will get squeezed. So I will have to come down to a singleton King of Hearts, and then Declare might be able to read the position. That does require Declare to take a couple of anti-percentage plays, like leading a spade to the king rather than a spade to the jack, if East really does have King-Jack doubleton, or even King-Jack third, is very anti-percentage. So maybe I could convince Declare to do the wrong thing in that scenario. Also, Declare might just take a heart finesse, right? That's very possible. It feels right to just return a club, though. Is that true? Let me just think about this for 1 second. So let's suppose East actually has something that looks like King Jack double ten of spades, ace jack, fourth of hearts, jack, third of diamonds, and ace, king, eight, fourth of clubs. That would be what, 17? Yes, 17 highs, so that's possible. And when I play the queen of diamonds back to the ace, Declare will have some uncomfortable finesses to take, and he won't know that the nine of clubs is falling. In which case, then he'll basically only have, if he knew that, he would only really have one finesse to take, and then playing for the squeeze might be more sensible, or at least have some sort of rationale behind it. So playing the queen of diamonds back has the potential to at least force that line of play on Declare, or force Declare to make an uncomfortable guess, whereas playing the nine of clubs might clarify what's going on. So, okay, I think I'm going to return the queen of diamonds. I mean, I haven't fully thought this through, but I'm hopeful that Declare will now take a major suit finesse into me. So, queen of diamonds to the ace. Do we see the eight? We see the jack. Not that that necessarily matters. Oh, our partner has the eight of diamonds. Well, that's unexpected. Wait, did I have queen eight doubleton? Oh no, don't tell me that I had queen eight doubleton at the start of the hand. I don't think so. I remember commenting that North could have 10-8 fourth or something like that. Okay, well, in that case, I will discard a heart. All right, and partner does have the eight of diamonds. So we do get a heart played through, and that's great. Now I'm going to exit the 10 of hearts to Declare's ace. King of clubs gets cashed, and who has the club eight? Aha. Uh-oh. Oh, that makes me think that Declare has the rest of the clubs. He didn't cash his diamond winner when he was in the dummy. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, huh. Well, ultimately, we couldn't have done better on the hand. I mean, had I let a heart originally, Declare would have then been able to just duck a club. He would then have two heart tricks, two diamonds, four clubs, at least two spades. And had I let a spade, we would have given up a free spade finesse, then Declare could have once again gone about his business on his own. Maybe still playing on the diamond suit to get some extra tricks, but hopefully would have worked out eventually that the 3-3 club split offered a chance for some extra tricks. Interesting to note that East actually opened a no trump with an off-shape hand. I wasn't sure the robots would always do that. Yeah, nothing else to say. I think this was kind of a mostly straightforward deal. Oof, wow, I have been recording for a while. I guess I've been kind of in the zone trying to play well on this set. Okay, 3 passes, partner opens a diamond. I think I should respond. So I'll bet a spade. Partner bids a no trump. And what does 2 clubs say? New minor forcing. That does make sense, so I will pass a no trump, I think. 7 of spades lead is a bit strange, given that that was my suit, but it looks like it's going to work out well for them on this hand. They're going to be able to set up some spade tricks. They also might just win the ace of spades and switch to hearts, which could also be beneficial to them. Anyway, let's see how the first couple tricks go. I assume I'm going to try and set up the club suit, which means playing a club to the king, probably using the diamonds as entries to hand to do that. But okay. So queen of spades comes back to the king, and 3. The 7 of spades lead is a little odd, although that could be from like, you know, spades could be 5, 4, 2, 2 around the table. That's possible. So this could have been a spade lead from a doubleton. That is terrifying to me, because West would not have been able to overcall natural spades with only a 5-card suit over here. Anyway, I'm hoping that's not what's going on. I'm hoping that East actually led from, for example, 3 small spades, or I don't know, some unusual lead from Jack 10, 7, 3. But it is starting to look like spades are 5-2, which is a little unfortunate. But fine. Nothing we can do about that at this point. So, I suppose I'm gonna lead a club to the king. Yeah. Not much for me to say about it other than that. And then I will have to kind of make a guess on the second round of the suit what to do. But a club to the king immediately seems like a sensible line of play. I suppose I'll lead the 9 of clubs at first. It's not going to hurt. And then, you know, maybe East covers with the jack from like Jack Doubleton. I don't know. I'm not sure. But okay. East does cover with the jack. That's kind of exciting. And now what? Well, I don't expect West to have the ace of clubs, which kind of makes me think that East actually has ace-jack doubleton, and I have a good shot at making this contract then. I mean, I will make the contract if that's what's going on. I'm just wondering if there's any benefit whatsoever to crossing back to my hand first before leading a second round of clubs. I don't think so. I think the opponents are always going to do the right thing given the count in the suit so far. So if West really had ace-4 of clubs here, which means this would be a singleton jack, then West will always be ducking this trick when I lead a low club off the dummy. Okay. Does look like it was potentially ace doubleton there. Queen of hearts switch is a little interesting. Do I want to duck this trick? Can't really hurt. So I guess that means the answer is yes. Okay. 10 of hearts to the jack, king, and wait a second. Queen of hearts, 8, 2, 3, 10 of hearts. There's only the 9 of hearts remaining. Fascinating. Well, let's win the ace of hearts. And I suppose I can run clubs immediately. I mean, my thinking is, if I lead a heart, and spades really are 5-2 with West having 5, and East has the 9 of hearts left, then I can actually take 9 tricks on this hand, but it doesn't really hurt to run clubs first and then play a diamond to the ace, and then I will get to think about it, at least. Because if I did exit a heart and West wins and then cashes 3 spades, then I'm going down when this contract was just cold. So let's start by cashing clubs. West ditches a spade, that's good to see. East throwing a diamond is a little interesting. The 4 of hearts discard. Remember, West played the 2 on the first round of the suit. I'm trying to be a little more careful about tracking what cards have been played. So, I mean, a couple of diamonds have been ditched, but I think East is still holding on to diamond length. So I'm going to ditch a diamond. East discards the 5 of hearts now. So there's only the 9 of hearts left. There's also 2 spades remaining. Let's see what's going on in the diamond suit. West plays the 3 and East plays the 9. So now I really need to decide what's going on. Or do I? Because it looks like East has 2 diamonds remaining. So if East has 2 diamonds and 1 spade left, then if I exit a heart, West can win and cash a spade, but that's going to be the last trick for the defense. They will... No, I'm wrong. West has only thrown 1 spade. Sorry, hold on. What was the layout I was looking at? If East has 2 diamonds and a spade remaining. Yeah, that's the key. That's the key layout there. How confident am I that the 9 of hearts is with West? I'm pretty confident. It looks like the opponent's carding makes sense. I mean, East switched to the Queen of Hearts and the 10 of Hearts. So would East really have switched to the 10 of Hearts from 10-9 third remaining, looking at the Jack and dummy? Maybe, but I don't think there's any guarantee that's what's going on. Like, East would have to know that switching to the 10 of hearts would just give up an overtrick in this sort of scenario, right? I mean, North could easily hold the 7-6 of hearts remaining. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take my tricks. I'm not going to risk the over trick for a potential under trick. I think I'm less than 50-50 that East holds the remaining heart. I do strongly believe that West holds the remaining 2 spades. So I'll cash the king of diamonds and oh no. Why? This is such a mess from the opponents. I mean, okay, we get the 7 of spades late, and I was right. The spades were 5-2. But also, this is very weird from West. West should absolutely have put in the 10 of spades at trick 1 to force out my king, and that would preserve communication in the spade suit. So hopping up with the spade ace was very weird with no outside entry. Queen of spades came back. And then, when I exit a club to East, the Queen of Hearts switch is odd, but makes some sense. But now East just has to lead a low heart. You don't want to give the declarer the ability to go about setting up an extra trick in the heart suit like this? Like the 7-6 hearts can just force out the 9. If East had maintained the 10-9 of hearts, I would not have had this option. So a lot of pretty big blunders by the defenders on this hand, although I think, unfortunately, that given this is the robot defense and our auction's going to look very similar at every table, we might end up in the same place. So even though 120 might look like an excellent score from a single dummy perspective on this deal, I'm not convinced that this is going to be a great result for our side. So unfortunately, how did I feel about the previous hand? I wasn't looking too carefully again. Well, we got 4 defensive tricks, and that looks like an okay spot for our side. I mean, a spade lead would have been a disaster. I don't think many players are going to lead a heart from my hand. Diamond lead would have been a disaster. So I think we defended fairly well on this one to hold them to 9 tricks. So again, maybe still a little above average on the set with 6 boards to go. We pass a diamond by West, a spade by our partner, negative double by East. I don't think this hand is good enough to bid 2 spades. I'm just going to hover over it a little bit. 6 to 10 total points. I mean, jacks are not great cards. Like the Jack of Trump is oftentimes a pretty useless card. If you have all of the ace, king, and queen, then you have no trump losers already, assuming the suit splits. And even if you don't, I mean, holding like ace, king, 5th, opposite jack, 3rd, is often still going to produce one loser. So same thing with ace, queen, 5th, opposite jack, 3rd. Oftentimes it will produce a loser. So no reason for me to bid. I don't want partner to jump to 4 spades for any reason on this kind of auction. Okay, the opponent's bid up to 3 no trump, and I am on lead. Well, partner overcalled spades for a reason. I'm going to lead his suit. Hold on. That one a little quick. 4, 7, 9, 10. Fair enough. Fair enough. So it looks like East started with ace, 10, 8 of spades. Partner would have played the 8 from king, 9, 8, 5th. Or maybe East has king, 10, 8 of spades, in which case our partner has ace, 9, 5th. Well, looks like Declare is going to be running 7 diamond tricks from here. So let's play low to suggest that clubs is actually our suit. Queen of spades to the king and ace. I unfortunately cannot dump the jack on this. I would like to unblock the suit, but we know Declare has the 8 of spades remaining. Partner ditches the 5 of clubs, presumably discouraging. The 4 of clubs, oh, partner's encouraging in clubs, so now I'm pretty comfortable ditching the 9. I want to let partner know that we have good clubs over here. I can afford the 3 of clubs. And let me just quickly pop in here to look at what 3 no trump might show. 14 to 21 high card points. So to count, East started with the ace of spades, nothing in diamonds, partner had the jack. Probably not very much in clubs, so East should have very, very strong hearts. That makes me want to hold on to the jack, 3rd of hearts. So I think I'm ditching another club on this trick. And I might ditch the king of clubs on the next trick. It does seem likely that East has the ace, king, queen of hearts, though. I mean, he did make a negative double after all, and has only turned up with like 5 high card points so far. So there might not be a whole lot we can do. I could dump the king of clubs here. it kind of feels like my defense is wavering on this one, or my ability to take any tricks is wavering. Oh, East ditches the 5 of spades, so our partner played the 9 of spades at trick 1 from king 9-8, which looks incorrect to me, but I'm going to ditch the jack of spades. I mean, that feels pretty comfortable, and it's a good thing we held on to the jack of hearts. Because now we get the last 2 tricks. So, how do we feel about that hand? Not too bad, actually. Granted, if I had just let it club at trick 1, we would have an easier route to collecting the first 2 tricks. Then declare, of course, would have just had 11 tricks off the top, 7 diamonds, 2 hearts, a spade and a club. So we would have got the same score. But it was good to note that we really wanted to hold on to our hearts, especially given the positive discarding that our partner did. Partner discarded the 5 of clubs and then the 4 to show encouragement in that suit. We were thrown off a little bit by partner's 9 of spades play at trick 1. I don't really understand why the robot did that from king 9-8, but that did happen. And maybe somewhat importantly is that even if we hadn't let a spade, the robots have this kind of weird frozen spade suit position where they could cache a bunch of tricks, exit to one of our hands, and then one of us would have to lead spades for them, giving up the spade finesse eventually anyway. So even if we were to make a passive opening lead of some kind, like a diamond, they would still be able to come to 11 tricks on this deal, although they might need to be a little careful in doing so. Maybe there's some potential that the ace king of clubs are in the same hand and someone's able to cache some hearts, but that's not the case on this set. So I'm hoping that even against a passive diamond lead, which I don't know how likely it is for one of the human players to get off to that lead, we will still end up minus 460. So it feels a little flat. Maybe it was good defense at the end, holding onto the hearts. So I could see someone throwing away their hearts because they were concerned. Okay, on the next deal, the vulnerability is not right for me to try something a little aggressive on this one, so I'm just going to pass. 3 spades is a forcing heart raise. Ooh, 10 or more total points, so it looks like the opponents might be headed towards a slam. I'm just going to continue passing. 4 diamond cubid, no club ace, but has the diamond ace. 5 club cubid, no spade ace, but has the club ace. 7 hearts. What? Alright, what am I thinking here? And I think my strategy in this one for the robot tournament is going to be vastly different than it would be playing against human opponents. Against human opponents, I would just double this auction on principle. I probably wouldn't care what my hand is, because 5 clubs does not show, I mean, it shows a little bit of extra values, but it really doesn't show enough stuff that forcing to the 7 level is the correct thing to do. I mean, for all West knows, East might only have the club ace in his hand. Yeah, I mean, okay, not only the club ace, but, you know, some heart cards and the club ace, and that could be it. They could be off the queen of diamonds, they could be off the king of spades, for example. I mean, I obviously don't know what West's hand looks like, but yeah, so my thought process would be, if they are getting to, if human players bid this way, they're gambling, and it doesn't risk a whole lot for me to double, because if 7 hearts was making, it's a complete gamble from the start. We're already getting a very, very bad board, but if 7 hearts is going down, I don't want to push the board with someone who defended, say, 6 hearts, or 6 no trump doubled, maybe, going down 1 fewer trick. So if 6 no trump doubled went down 1 trick, and 7 hearts goes down undoubled 2 tricks, then that's a push board. Anyway, against the robot, that's just kind of my feeling about this sort of auction. The 7 heart bid is completely insane. West should just continue Q bidding, get some more information out of their partner. I mean, the 2 no trump opener is not captain on these sorts of hands. They've already showed their values. East is the one who needs to decide what level they're playing for the contract. But okay, I mean, against robots, it feels like this auction's going to happen at every table. So now my plan is to just try and defend better and beat the contract. It does kind of look as if the opponents have done well on this auction, given our hand. Like, if our queens and jacks were kings, or aces, you know, forbid that, then we would have a much better chance on defense. But queens and jacks often do not take tricks, and they just take up room in terms of high card points. So anyway, we get the 10 of clubs lead. I mean, this is maybe a promising dummy for this opening lead, but I think a strong declarer might be very skeptical about the 10 of clubs lead from queen 10-9 and could pick up our queen doubleton later in this hand. But we'll see what happens. Declarer's first going to have to draw trumps. Oh, that's a good start for us. That's another good start for us. Okay, I like where this is going. Well, that's fascinating. That was honestly very fascinating. Oh, haha. Ha ha. That's a funny one. That is a funny one. And partner has the king of diamonds. I mean, this... God, now I wonder if I was really supposed to double. What a mess. They took 9 tricks. I mean, and this is kind of one of those reasons for not having this crazy jump to 7 hearts. Well, let's take a look at the hand, because I mean, I just kind of want to look back and see what all was going on. Cashing the ace of spades was a little weird at trick 3. I don't really understand that play. It feels more natural to just go about pulling trumps. I mean, declarer could have done that later in the play if that was what he wanted to try and do. And yeah, so, you know, I'm mildly hopeful that declarer's plan to cash the king of spades, or the ace of spades at trick 3, and then hook the jack of clubs into my queen, gives us a good score, because it feels like everyone's going to be in 7 hearts on this one. I mean, this board is wild to me. And, you know, I could see human defenders doubling, but look, 6 hearts is makeable on this hand. So maybe if I doubled, declarer would actually have placed the queen of clubs in my hand, and maybe even the queen jack of spades, and would then just pull trumps and take 2 spade finesses, eventually lose the diamond finesse, but that would only be 1 down. So it's very possible 7 hearts undoubled down 4 is going to score better than 7 hearts doubled down 1. God, this is such a weird hand, though, to analyze. I think I'll just wait and see what the results are at the end. I do not know how that one's going to score. But again, I kind of expect us to be doing maybe a little better than average, which is what we need to at least place in the top 30% of the rankings, it feels like. Somewhere around 52, 53% is the very bottom of the payouts on this. Okay, next hand, I mean, our 10 count is a piece of junk, so we don't really want to come into this auction. Pretty happy to be defending when the opponents end up in a no trump on these sorts of deals. And I'm not leading a diamond, so my choices are, I believe, to lead from Jack third of hearts, which is possible, or Queen Jack third of clubs, which is also possible. I think I'm going to try club. It seems to me that the robots sometimes do bid a diamond 2 clubs with 4-4 in the 2 suits, which makes it slightly more likely that East has short clubs or shorter clubs on this kind of hand. Like East could have a doubleton club if he was, say, 3-4-4-2. So I'll try this. It feels as if partner is most likely to have a club suit as opposed to a heart suit on this hand. Also, we don't need as much in the way of high cards from partner for a club lead to work out. So we get the queen of clubs to the king and a club back to the 7. Well, that's not ideal. That makes me think that East has 4 clubs. Okay. Gross. Very gross, in fact. Huh. Well, I'll win the 8. Wait, this is so confusing. Why did partner play the 3 on the second round of the suit? Oh, it has been a long day. And I mean, this has been a long session. 16, we're playing 16 boards, so we have 4 to go, I mean, including this one. Yuck. Well, I don't know what to switch to, unfortunately. I think a spade makes the most sense. I mean, would East really be playing on clubs if spades could be set up? I don't think so. Which makes me believe that it's possible East has a singleton spade. I mean, East could be 1-4-4-4, although I kind of expected the robots to rebid 2 clubs with that kind of hand. Anyway, I'm going to win the 8 of clubs, and now I will think. So if East has 12 to 14, it looks like East has the ace of clubs. The king was in dummy. It looks like East has nothing in spades. So even if East has the king, queen of diamonds, he has either the ace or queen of hearts at least. Now, a small diamond could be right. I mean, partner could have like 10-8 third of diamonds. 10-8-7 would be kind of ideal. But if East has king, queen, 10 of diamonds, a small diamond is pretty bad for us. I think I should... Geez, I just don't know. I mean, one of the issues with switching to spades is that Declare could now switch directions and go after the spade suit for a source of tricks. The suit does split 3-3. Declare doesn't know that, but if East has like the ace of hearts, then the king of hearts represents an entry to the spade suit. Although it does just feel like spades are 5-4-3-1 around the table. Like, why is East not winning the ace of clubs and trying spades for extra tricks, if that could be, if that's possible? Okay, I think I'm convinced. I'm going to switch to the Jack of Spades. This could be a disaster. East could hold Queen Doubleton and Spades, but I am hopeful that partner has the King Queen, and this is going to be our most effective way of actually setting up some tricks. Or East could have the King of Spades. That is unexpected. All right, well, we... How did we get 2 club tricks on defense? I am so baffled as to what the computers are doing. Okay, we are fairly certain that East has the ace of clubs remaining. I mean, did East really think I led from Queen Doubleton in clubs? That's crazy. So East has the ace of clubs, the King of Spades, if East has the ace of hearts, it is just barely possible that East has the Diamond King to bring his total up to 14 high card points. I mean, the reason I think that East has the ace of hearts is that East took a spade finesse. So East is presuming that he has another dummy entry. And if he doesn't have the ace of hearts, then the King of Hearts might not provide an entry to dummy spades. Well, I think our partner should have worked out to switch to diamonds if he didn't have the King of Diamonds. So I think I'm going to lead a diamond, and I'm going to be very sad when our partner has the Queen of Diamonds and not the Ace of Hearts. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Seems reasonable to me. I mean, like, maybe, okay, hold on. Maybe let me give this a little more consideration, because the spade to the 10 play is very strange to me. Maybe our partner has very good hearts. So we know East has 4 clubs. We know East has 4 diamonds. We know East has at least 2 spades. Like, is it possible that North has Ace 10, 5th of hearts? It's possible. It is definitely possible. In that case, I could switch to either the Jack of Hearts or a low heart. I mean, the Jack would be best, but maybe partner won't work out the heart layout there. I don't know. A low diamond just feels right. It has a big payoff if partner does have the king. I think it does, at least. Yeah, it looks like it has a big payoff if partner has the king. So let's try it. Okay. 10 of diamonds back to the queen. That does make sense. I'll win the ace. And now it's a bit more likely that Declare has the heart ace. Unfortunately, I don't really have a whole lot I can do about that. Okay, so thinking time number 2. If Declare has the heart ace remaining, he does have the ace king of hearts and 3 spades. We know the spades are splitting, maybe declare does not. If declare does not have the heart ace, then it is still possible partner has like ace 10, 8 of hearts. In which case, if we switch to the jack of hearts right now, we can set up more tricks and defeat this contract. Or sorry, we can set up several extra tricks to defeat the contract, in fact. If East only has a doubleton spade. So East has 4 clubs. Oh, wait a second. It's very scary to switch to the jack of hearts because East could win the ace of hearts, cash the ace of clubs, ditching a heart loser, and then dummies high. So I think, what are the odds that partner has the heart ace? I think I'm just going to cash the jack of diamonds and be content that we took as many tricks as we possibly could. East still has the 7 of diamonds remaining. So let's leave the jack of hearts. All right. Declare gets to, aha, declare had 3 spades. So that's interesting that they had a 5-3 spade fit on this deal. But I don't think that, yeah, it kind of feels like the robots are always going to end up in this contract. I probably would have bid 2 spades with East's hand over the 1 spade bid, kind of for exactly this reason that we might wind up in a 5-3 spade fit. But even if we're in a 4-3 spade fit, we can at least rough a heart in our hand with the short trumps. It was very strange that we got 2 club tricks on defense. I mean, I don't really understand what happened here. Queen of clubs was led to the king. North played the deuce, and then led the 5 of clubs to the 7 and 8. Very weird. We played the jack of spades back, thinking that, you know, I was hopeful that partner actually had the king queen of spades, and I was even, you know, mildly hopeful that East had a singleton. But I thought that this was our best chance to set up some tricks. Declare let that run around to the king, and then did not work out. We had led the jack from jack third, so took a spade finesse reasonably. And when partner won, partner just put a club on the table and Declare took a finesse. I don't understand the way Declare played this club suit. That was all very weird. So I was pretty content at that point to just cash out, take our tricks. Declare makes 1 no trump, but that's kind of the end of the hand. Let's see, how many tricks was Declare rationally getting if he took a more sensible line of play? I mean, for one thing, after the queen of clubs lead, Declare, of course, should have ran this around to the ace and taken a club finesse. But okay, let's presume the computers aren't up to that task. If they just take 2 clubs, 2 hearts, and 4 spades, that's 8 tricks. I would expect most of the robot partnerships to take at least 8 tricks on this hand, no matter what the opening lead is. So it's a little shocking to me that we held them to 7, so that's probably an enormous score for our side, which feels pretty good going into the last 3 boards. All right, second seat, I will open a heart, 16 highs, partner bids a no trump, and we do have a bit of a decision. So we could bid 3 no trump, which has some merit. I'm not gonna suggest that 3 no has no merit on this kind of hand. We have 7 tricks in our own hand. We would only need 2 from our partner for game to be sensible. And given that, you know, we have 3 cards in each of the pointed suits, for us to get an extra trick in hearts out of roughing in the short trump hand, we would need partner to have either a doubleton spade or a doubleton diamond, or singletons in one of those suits, and that feels pretty unlikely. Against that, though, it is possible that the opponents could just run a bunch of tricks against us in 3-no trump if we bid it. Maybe they can cash a bunch of spades, maybe they can cash a bunch of diamonds, maybe they can knock out my ace of clubs, and then when they get in with either a spade or a diamond, they'll be able to run a bunch of clubs. All of these things are possible, and that's kind of the negative for attempting to play in 3-no trump with this kind of hand, where 4 hearts could be better. I mean, alternatively, we could just do something a bit down the middle, like jump to 3 hearts. That shows our hand 16 to 18 total points. We're kind of smack in the middle of that with 16 highs. I think the robots count singletons as extra values, but we wouldn't be doing that here. Either way, you know, we're right in the middle of that range. Unfortunately, that tends to be a hand that is more scattered in high card points. You know, if the Queen of Hearts was the Queen of Diamonds, our hand would kind of perfectly fall into that category. Then our heart suit would not be solid enough to run as a potential source of tricks in no trump, whereas here, we're pretty confident the heart suit is going to come home for 6 tricks. Well, what else am I thinking? Probably not much else. I mean, it is true that playing the contract in hearts gives us the potential to set up tricks and save both spades and diamonds. Like, imagine if partner had the king, queen, third of diamonds and like king, 10, third of spades or something like that. I don't know if that's a great example, but we might want to lead a diamond up towards the king, queen multiple times, and we might want to take a spade finesse at some point, while making sure that the opponents weren't going to be cashing a bunch of tricks and other suits against us. And in hearts, we can afford to do that because even if the finesses don't work, we'll be able to rough the 4th round of the suit. The opponents will not be running diamonds or spades, or clubs for that matter. Nonetheless, I think I'm going to try 3-no. I think as a practical chance, this is our most likely game. In hearts, we're going to need partner to provide 3 tricks for us, or maybe 2.5 tricks if our queen of spades is helpful. Whereas in no trump, we only need partner to produce 2 tricks for us, and that could come from a variety of ways. I mean, it could come from a bad opening lead. Maybe West leads a spade away from the king. Although the robots are never going to do that, right? But I think 3-no trump is a very practical option. It might not be what the field goes with on this deal. Maybe 3 hearts is a more conventional bid for the field to make. But I feel pretty strongly about this. I think 3-no trump is a sensible alternative, so let's give it a shot. Oh, sorry, East is on lead, so partners, diamonds, or whatever can be protected. Okay, well, the 10 of spades is an interesting lead. Why do the robots do this? This is so horrifying to me. Okay, let's first pause and take stock of our prospects in 4 hearts. In 4 hearts, it actually looks like we have good chances to make the contract, and maybe we can even make over tricks. We could rough a diamond in the dummy. It's possible if the opponents don't get off to trump leads early enough. Actually, that seems unlikely, because when one of them wins a diamond, they can lead a heart. When another one wins a diamond, they can lead the second heart. But it's possible the club suit provides some discard value. I could rough at least 1 club in my hand. Alternatively, I mean, given the opening 10 of spades lead, it looks like these spades do come home in a heart contract. So if we were to lead the queen of spades out of hand and then later drop the doubleton 10. So that's all possible. I mean, I'm going to put up the spade queen at trick 1, and my rationale for doing that is that I think West is covering with a king 100% of the time if he has it. So we may as well force that out now. then as long as the hearts are not 5-0, we're going to have 3 spades, 6 hearts, and a club for 10 tricks, which feels like about what we were going to get in a heart contract. So 3 no trump at match points is going to score very well for our side on this deal. So let's see what happens. Queen of spades does get covered by the king and ace. And as I've mentioned many times before, we just want to run our long suit. It puts a lot of pressure on the opponents. They have to make a ton of uncomfortable discards. I doubt one of them will discard down to the singleton king of clubs, but maybe they do. So let's go about it. Okay. The hearts are splitting in a somewhat favorable manner. That's good. We'll try and remember that spades are likely 5-2 with East having a doubleton. So we'll start there. So West has 3 spades remaining. I'm going to start ditching clubs from the north hand. West ditches a club. Good to be aware of. I think I'm going to hold on to the 4 of clubs for now, maybe to mess with their signaling a bit. West has 2 spades remaining. 10 of clubs discard. Okay. And the last round of hearts. Okay, West only has 1 spade remaining now, but it looks like the opponents have held on to enough cards, and I don't think I'm going to try and get super greedy on this deal. It looks like I can just cash my 10 tricks and already score quite a strong board. I wasn't really paying attention. Did North have enough to game force if I bid 3 hearts? It looked like North had 10 high card points. So yes, North would have game forced anyways. We would have ended up in 4 hearts because North with a doubleton heart would have raised. So, all right. Let's dump a diamond. I mean, I don't think that anything good is going to come from this, but we may as well try it. Cash our spades. Oh, East led the singleton 10 of spades. Wow. All right. Fair enough. And we'll try the queen of diamonds exit. Nope, it was not to be. So the defense just gets to cash out the remainder of the tricks. But we take 10 tricks, and I think that's going to be a really strong score. We got to 3 no trump, whereas the other tables are going to be in 4 hearts. And, you know, rightly or wrongly, East did not find a diamond lead, although the diamond suit's actually blocked. So we were always going to be able to take 10 tricks if we... Actually, we were just always taking 10 tricks. I mean, once the queen of spades gets covered, East drops the 10, and then we have all of our tricks. So pretty good score on that one. Pretty happy with the last 2 boards. I think we're moving in close to about 55, 56% on the round overall. I could be way off, but hopefully I'm not. So last 2 boards, let's just try and be a little solid. Partner opens 2 no trump. And I think I looked before 3 clubs as stamen. So we don't have 3 spades as minor suit stamen. We have no way to ask for a 5-card major, even though the 2 no trump opening could have a 5-card major, which is a little odd, to say the least. But I'm just going to raise to 3 no trump, 8 high card points. If we have a 5-3 heart fit, so be it. Okay. So on to the next deal. 6 of clubs lead is a little interesting. It could be from Jack 10, 8, 6. I mean, it could be from like 6 doubleton or I don't know what. Singleton 6 is possible. But either way, putting up the 9 of clubs is going to help me out. If the lead is from the singleton 6, then I can pick up the club suit by finessing West multiple times for the remaining Jack 10, 8. I might not do that. But if the 6 of clubs lead is from Jack 10, 8, 6, which is possible, although I don't think the robots tend to lead from that holding very often, then the 9 of clubs will hold the first trick. And it doesn't really look like I have a strong reason to need the 9 of clubs entry to dummy. I suppose that's not entirely true. Okay, you know what? I've backtracked on my statement. The 7 of clubs is actually strong enough to win the first trick if East is led from Jack 10 8 6, and if West has Jack 10 8 small, Jack 10 8 5, the 7 of clubs will still force West to play a higher card on this trick. So I can use the 9 of clubs to get to dummy to take a diamond finesse, which looks like something I might want to do on this hand. So I'll play low at trick 1. The 8 of clubs pops up, and I will win the queen. I think I'm going to cash the ace of clubs. I mean, this gives up on the potential to pick up Jack 10 8 4th with West. You know, again, one of your typical 2-no, 3-no auctions where the robot leads a singleton. But it looks like the lead is from 6-5 doubleton of clubs. Although on the last auction, the robot led a singleton as well. So what am I thinking? I mean, I'm thinking that I could try and cash the ace king of diamonds. And if the queen drops, I have 2 entries to dummy in the diamond suit to take multiple club finesses. And if the queen doesn't drop, I can actually I can still use the diamond entry and the ace of spades entry to dummy to take 2 club finesses. Oh, that is going so much against the field on this hand. And I'm picking up something that is maybe very unlikely. I do strongly suspect that West has the Jack 10 of clubs remaining, but it feels as if East is likely to hold the 6-5 doubleton. Leading from a singleton is just so bad. But I have seen it. And I might be recency biased based on the very last hand. How do I feel about just cashing the king of diamonds and seeing what they signal? East should 100% be giving honest count on this card, so maybe we'll get a better sense as to whether it's possible for West to have queen 3rd of diamonds. So I think that's a reasonable first thing to do. So let's play the king of diamonds. East plays the 5. And West plays the 4. Well, the 5 could be from 5-3 doubleton. The 4 could be from 4-3 doubleton. I suspect East has a 5-card heart suit. I don't know why. I mean, it just feels likely given the opening lead. I mean, given that I only have... Well, East probably has 5 cards in one of the majors. I don't know which one. Oh, this is so gross that I'm thinking about not cashing the ace of clubs here. I mean, it feels just very normal and down the middle to cash the club ace. Sorry, I'm thinking way too hard. I feel like at this point in the night at least, 2 hours 45 minutes into the set. Gosh. I should just try and duplicate what the field's going to do on some of these very, very normal decisions. I don't have a strong reason to suspect that East has led a singleton club. I think it's way more likely to be 6-5 doubleton. So, and then I would prefer to take the natural diamond finesse if I have that available to me. Actually, is that true? Maybe I can end play East into leading a major suit for me. Well, regardless, I would have to strip the clubs and diamonds to do that. So I think to start that, I would need to cash the club ace. Let's hope that East follows. Okay, we do see the 5 of clubs. Now I can use the 9 of clubs as an entry to the dummy. 2 of hearts from East is a little bit interesting. Makes me think East does not have the heart ace, so West probably does. Well, let's cash another club. 9 of spades from East is also interesting. 5 of spades from West. Okay, so if the 9 is encouraging, that's sensible. The 5 of spades is probably discouraging, which means it looks like East has the 3 and 4 of spades. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but let's see what happens on the diamond. We get the 9 from West. So I think East started with the 5-4 doubleton. Or 4-3 doubleton. 5-3 doubleton? 5-3 doubleton, I think it was. So I will take the finesse, I believe. And now I think I want to preserve a diamond entry to the dummy so that I can lead a heart towards the queen. I mean, I could just lead a heart towards the queen now. There's probably nothing wrong with doing that. Yeah, I think let's just go ahead and lead a heart to the queen now. So what I'm trying to do is the spade suit could be frozen. If East has the spade king and West has the spade jack, then I can reach an end position where I'm going to be able to end play the opponents into leading spades for me. And I'm trying to be a little careful about how I handle that, because if I just nonchalantly cash a bunch of diamonds, and then, I don't know, lead like a heart to the king, then the opponents can exit back to my queen of hearts and I'll be forced to lead spades out of hand. But I think it looks all right for me to lead a heart to the queen now, so let's try that. Oh, East has the ace of hearts. Interesting. Well, in that case, I can win the king of hearts and play... This is not going to be good enough, is it? I needed to cash 2 diamonds first, and then lead the queen of hearts out of hand. Would that have been good enough? Oh, well, I think I may have missed my opportunity at this point. Because I need to be able to exit to the opponents somehow on this deal, and the only exit I have is the 5 of hearts. So West will be able to discard spades on these diamonds, unfortunately, or on the next diamond. Sorry, the 4th round of diamonds, and then I won't really be able to end play them. That's too bad. Yeah, I think if I had cashed 2 rounds of diamonds first, you know what? I'm not really sure. But it looks like maybe if I had cashed 2 rounds of diamonds first, ending in my hand, West would have had difficulty in discarding. So this feels like I may have made a mistake here. Just the possibility of end playing them. I mean, it's very possible East could have the King Jack of Spades, or maybe West has the Spade King. I don't really know what's going on in the suit. I think I will still cash the Ace of Diamonds and play a diamond to the 10. Yeah, West dumps a spade. It looks like it's safe to lead a heart now, but I do not expect it to work out. Because the opponents have four spades remaining. I'm not entirely sure on the count. Maybe I've miscounted, but I'm gonna exit a heart. I don't expect this to work out. And I'm going to play low. Probably didn't matter. It did not matter. But anyway, that's kind of how you go about playing for a frozen spade suit. We see towards the end of the hand that just kind of quickly stepping through it. I don't know how many people are familiar with this concept, or at least people who watch my channel are familiar. I know Craig is familiar, but the idea is that whoever won this last heart, if West had the Jack of Spades and East had the King, they would both be end played into leading spades, which would have given up a finesse in the suit. But that was not the case, and also I kind of mishandled the entry position. I was somewhat confident based on West's discard of the 9 of hearts that West actually had the heart ace, which was not the correct read. So it does look like these robots in this event sometimes false card, I guess. Anyway, moving on to the last deal of the set. Wow. Well, we have 14 highs. I'm not going to get involved in this auction, I don't think. I mean, I could try something a little wild, like overcalling 2 diamonds. I don't think that the 2 diamond overcall is necessarily going to do a whole lot to get me in trouble. I mean, maybe partner jumps to like 4 or 5 diamonds, that would be a disaster. But I think more likely than not, the opponents were planning to end this hand in like 1 no trump or even 2 no trump, or 3 no trump. And then I want partner to lead a diamond. I mean, maybe they have a spade fit, so this 2 diamond overcall just doesn't help in any way. Yeah, this is a silly thing to be thinking about, right? I believe I've had a decent set so far, so there's no reason to risk a poor result on what, I guess I would consider a volatile action, like overcalling 2 diamonds here. I mean, the 2 diamond overcall can easily work out well for us, but I think my hand's actually a little too strong for it to work out all that well. One of the main benefits to doing something like this, overcalling 2 diamonds, is it could scare the opponents out of playing 3 no trump when all we're doing is cashing the first 4 diamond tricks. They would imagine I have at least 5 diamonds, and so if they don't have a stopper, they would be scared of losing the first 5 or 6 tricks in the suit. But here, we can't really scare them out of 3 no if I'm only cashing 4 diamond tricks, because I also have the ace of spades. So I think I'm just going to pass. I mean, 2 diamonds could easily be the winner. I could definitely see some pairs in the field making this overcall, but I'm not convinced that's necessarily going to give us a huge advantage. If West plays in no trump, we will have an opportunity to lead diamonds ourselves at some point during the hand either when we win the spade ace or when we win the queen of hearts. So I think I'm just going to pass. 2 hearts by West. Oh, now the auction's getting interesting. And what is 3 clubs? Is this forcing? Yeah, they're forcing to game, and we know that suits are not splitting well for them. Although, that's maybe a bit of a misjudgment. Like, the Queen of Hearts is on side, even though the hearts are splitting 5-2 or 5-0 or 5-1 for the opponents. All of the club honors are on side, and all the spade honors other than the ace are on side. So I'm not that keen to go after the opponents by doubling any contract just yet. We'll see where they end up. Looks like West is really barreling on with the heart bids. Aha. Well. Now how do we feel about doubling them? East probably has a heart void on this auction. And I say that because I think East probably would have raised 3 hearts to 4 hearts without, with a singleton heart. So I might have something looking like 2 natural heart tricks. I think I should double. I expect the field to double. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily a good bid. It's possible that East runs to 4 spades, and that contract could make. But I think I should try it. If 4 hearts doubled passes out, hopefully partner leads a diamond, but I mean, even if partner treats it as asking for a spade lead, that's probably okay for our side. Anyway, I'm going to double, and we do get a diamond lead. Okay. So. How do I feel about my defensive prospects in this contract? Well, if 2 diamonds are cashing and the ace of spades is cashing, I feel pretty good. Is that true? Maybe I need to be a little careful that I don't get trump cooed somehow. Yikes. Okay, well, let's pause and take stock. So West surely has a 7-card heart suit, which means partner is void and trumps. If West has 7 hearts and say, well, if West has a spade void, what do I think about my chances? Because then I won't be able to cash the ace of spades. I can probably get 2 diamonds, but then we might be in some trouble. And it is very possible that West actually plays me for a 5-card heart suit, so if the 2 of hearts gets let off dummy, and I play the 4, West might put in like the 6 or 7. But if the 2 of hearts is let off dummy and I play the 8, West has to play the jack or 10. Yeah, okay, there's still probably good chances at beating the contract. But I want to be a little careful because there is some potential for Declare to catch me in a trump coup if I let Declare ruff too many times in his own hand. Or just even end play me in trumps, like if we come down to the same number of trumps in each hand. So I think it's a little too risky to not cash 2 rounds of diamonds it's possible that West has, say, a doubleton diamond and a singleton club. I don't think that's likely. West would then have 3 spades. But it doesn't feel like I'm doing the defense justice if I win the king of diamonds and, say, switch to a club or do something else. So I think I should try cashing 2 rounds of diamonds and see what happens. Okay. Partner played the 10 of diamonds and then the 2. I wonder if that signals an even number, or an even number to start with. If that's the case, I could play another round of diamonds. Well, Declare could have a singleton spade and a doubleton club, in which case if I play another round of diamonds, Declare might win and play 3 rounds of clubs, and even when I rough in, Declare just ditches a spade loser. So that doesn't sound too appealing to me. So I think I should cash the spade ace. Aha. Oh. Partner has a singleton in hearts? Why did West bid hearts 4 times? Whoa! Oh my. Okay, well. We beat the contract. That's the good news. Was there any way to do better? Yeah, so the opponents actually had a good club fit. They are probably making a game in clubs. I'm not certain about that. We maybe could have done better on this hand if I had, for example, continued a 3rd round of diamonds rather than trying the ace of spades. I mean, I wasn't aware that I was trying to tap Declare out, unfortunately. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me that Declare only had 6 hearts, given the emphatic way that he was bidding hearts, 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 hearts the entire time. But I am happy that we doubled. I'm happy that they sat and didn't run to 5 clubs. Otherwise, I would have been in a very uncomfortable spot. So ultimately, I mean, I think it was a good set. How did I feel about the last couple of boards? I think we did pretty well. So I'm gonna say 58%. I don't know if my guess is accurate, but let's see how I did on guessing. Oh, much better than that, 64.5%. So pretty good set overall. 7 hearts down 4 for 80%. I mean, that was just one of the craziest boards ever. The opponents freely bid to a grand slam and then just go down 4 tricks of their own volition. Well, I have noticed at these that there are way fewer comparisons, only 14 tables, so this feels like a normal-ish type pair game that you might see at a national championship or something like that, where you could have a 15-table section or something along those lines. But that does mean there's a bit of extra volatility in what happens on the boards. Like, I mean, for example, board 1 going all the way back, I wasn't sure if this was going to be a good result or, you know, how it was going to fare. And it turns out it didn't do so hot. It looks like a bunch of declarers actually picked up some over tricks in this one. Maybe they played the hearts properly. Maybe they got a slightly different line of defense that allowed them to go after a different suit. Maybe they went after clubs, which I do not think is the right line, but would have worked out here. what were some of our other boards that were not too great? I know this is kind of dragging on for the video, but I want to end with a short recap of our results. 4 hearts in the west, making 4. Yes, so this is the one where I could have just cashed out when I got in with the ace of diamonds, and then I would have found out partner could ruff the 3rd round of spades. But I think I did a reasonable thing. If you want to go back and listen to my explanation for why I defended the hand the way I did, I thought it was very rational, but the robots did not take the bait and finesse a diamond into my jack, which would have given me even more defensive tricks on the hand. And then the only other hand that was below 50% was board 15, where we played in 3 no trump and made 10 tricks. I'm a bit surprised. I don't really understand why this scored so poorly. I mean, from a double dummy perspective, I suppose I could have played east for the ace of hearts and the king of spades, and toward the end of the hand let a heart towards the king, and then let a heart back to the queen, and playing east into leading spades for me. That didn't really seem to follow with what the defensive discards looked like, so I wasn't ever going to play for that. So it's a little strange that this scored so badly on this one. But well played for any of the other declarers who actually took more than 10 tricks on this deal. But we did have a bunch of good ones. Looking back over, I mean, board 2, 4 hearts making 5. Of course, this was a monstrous result. We saw not only did we make a contract that has very little play, but we got an overtrick when West mistakenly hopped up with the king of clubs when I let a low one off dummy. 100% for board 7, where I got to 3 no trump, and we just ended up taking a bunch of tricks. I think this was actually the one where I was able to end play the opponents into giving me access to the stranded queen of hearts towards the end of the deal, and that was just because running a long suit puts a lot of pressure on the opposing players. They have to make some uncomfortable discards, and they weren't really able to get their defense sorted out in time. And then finally, board 13, 1 no trump, only making 1. Yeah, this one was wild, where we got 2 club tricks on defense after leading the queen of clubs, you know, an opening lead. I mean, we can just look at the double dummy analysis. On the queen of clubs lead, they can make 2 over tricks, and they made no over tricks. So that was a bit crazy to me that we did so well in these hands. But yeah, we'll take a look tomorrow, I guess, to see the overall results. I'm sorry that this was such a long, not broadcast, but video. And maybe I won't spend as long or go into as much depth on these sorts of hands. I wanted to get a very solid performance, though, for the first one of these that I'm broadcasting, kind of to inspire people, if you are watching these, that, hey, this guy probably knows what he's doing. He's doing well in these day-long events that are actually rewarding master points, and you can build up your bank account on Bridgebase. I don't know if Bridgebase dollars are actual currency or just kind of a fun cryptocurrency of sorts. But yeah, so 64%. I will probably recap this as well as the 2 other robot events that I played today for you all tomorrow when I play in the free robot day-long event. And I might do another one of these tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't really feel up for doing over a 3-hour stream most days, so maybe I will play through these quicker, probably do a little worse if I'm not as involved in the decision-making on the boards. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed the content. Stay tuned for more. I'm hoping to do more, you know, bridge against human players. There is a regional locally this week, which I suppose runs parallel to the World Bridge Series in Poland, that I think I'm going to stop by. I don't know if I'm going to try and do like an IRL stream at the tournament. Maybe I can talk to some of the pro players and get them on camera, get some anecdotes from their time at the tournament, or maybe just chat. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. Hopefully if you've made it to the end of the recap, or if you've just jumped to the end, you might have that to look forward to sometime this week. But I do want to go up there and say hi to some of my old friends and maybe build up a bit more popularity for the channel as well, and potentially scrounge up some players for more online play or more content to be made. But stay tuned and have a good night, everyone.